I'm okay. I just smoked another to the face, yeah. She wanna stay. Singing to your bitch like I was Drake, yeah.
Don't just try to tell me you love me. Can't keep it real if you really don't trust me. Come with a real, you here up in the front, so you get my meals. I'm gunning for the money, money in the bank. Come with a dank, scrolling in the tank, rolling with the gang. You sit and I on the sideline tripping. I go to the hole with the rock like Pippin.
Yeah. I'm okay.
You'll see.
You'll all see.
Yeah, you'll all see. James Houston playing for the Detroit Lions next year. That's what you're going to see because the final roster cuts are out. We're going to be going over that. But appreciate you all joining us. Sorry, I took the intro from you, but I
don't care. I would rather you drive more.
Easy. I mean, I'm sure you would. Easy, Nick, Caleb, Chris, I'm Spenny. We're the heavyweights. We appreciate you tapping in. Make sure you smash that like button. It is officially cut season. NFL's right around the corner. Teams are cutting down to their 53-man roster. The Lions cut down to 52, which look out. Something in the works there.
Yeah.
The Lions currently have 52 men on their roster.
Say it one more time.
52 men currently on the Lions active roster.
Supposed to be there?
53.
So
Got an open spot. Couple wide receivers floating around out there.
Signing.
Yeah, we got guys like Equinemius St. Brown. You've got guys like Noah Brown. You've got guys like, what's his name, Terrence Marshall Jr. There's a lot of pretty decent wide receivers out there that they could pick up, and I'm sure that's what that spot is. But, like I said, James Houston makes the cut. Ukwu did not. He got waived.
Yep.
Surprise cuts, not waivings, were guys like C.J. Moore, Kyle Pecco. I think we all assumed that Donovan Peoples-Jones was going to get cut, so that's not too surprising.
Hold on, we just got a tweet from the Detroit Lions. Keep
But
talking about it.
yeah, I'm excited to see this Lions roster finally coming into shape. There are going to be some things still maneuvered around in the next couple days. They're going to move obviously Kaminsky to IR, so they're going to. Okay, we got it right here. The initial 53-man roster at quarterback. You have Jared Goff and Hendon Hooker. 4 running backs with Gibbs, Montgomery, Reynolds, and Vaki. 4 wide receivers. Khalif Raymond, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Isaiah Williams, and Jamison Williams. 3 tight ends, Sam Laporta, Brock Wright, and Parker Hess. Parker Hess making it over James Mitchell, over Shane Zylstra. They like his versatility. They like his ability to play fullback. And the offensive linemen that made it, other than the starters,
Someone keep a count, by the way.
You've got Yodi. You've got Dan Skipper. You got Giovanni Manu, Colby Sorsdale, and Michael Neese. And then obviously Zeitler, Sewell, Ragnow, Glasgow, and Taylor Decker. At defensive line, you've got Marcus Davenport, Josh Pascal, John Kaminsky, Ali McNeil, DJ Reader, Levi Onwuzurike, Aiden Hutchinson, Mekhi Wingo, and James Houston. So that is your defensive line going into the season. A linebacker, you've got Campbell, Anzalone Rodriguez, Barnes, Jalen Reeves-Maben, and Ben Neiman. I don't think there's any surprises there.
Real quick, to the people out there that are saying Rodrigo's getting cut for whatever weird reason he came up with that, suck a dick.
Yeah.
That was the most random bullshit coming out of left field I've ever heard in my entire life. That was some wild shit.
Yeah, I didn't see anybody say that, and you're lucky I didn't, because I would have roasted your ass. Rodrigo is a team fan and coach favorite. Like, this guy does a lot for this team. He's not getting cut. Defensive backs that made this roster. You've got Terrion Arnold, Brian Branch, Carlton Davis, Kirby Joseph, Ife Melifonwu, Ennis Rakestraw, Amik Robertson, Kendall Vildor,
Easy,
Lauren Strickland.
I told you.
Brandon Joseph and Khalil Dorsey.
Lauren Strickland was a surprise.
Strickland was a surprise for
over
sure.
C.J. Moore.
And then in special teams, you got Jake Bates, Jack Fox, and Hogan Hatton, who made it over Scott Daly. Yeah. They like you said, he's a guy that can play linebacker. He's a guy that can play kickoff. He's a guy that can play kick return. And obviously the long snapper. So they got some versatility there. And that is 52 players.
52?
Only 4 wide receivers.
You counted 52?
52.
Wow.
I'm surprised they went 4 running backs, 4 wide receivers.
You thought Reynolds was getting cut?
I thought Reynolds was going to get waived. I did. Stay in touch. What, are you leaving forever?
No, I'm not going to see any of them on the heavies tomorrow, so I was just saying bye.
Oh, okay.
What, you're on the heavies
I
tomorrow?
always forget he's in college. But let's go.
Oh, you're
Round
leaving for college tomorrow?
Yeah.
Oh,
Damn.
sit down.
Sit down.
Have Papa squat. Damn, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I was wondering why you're just like creeping around.
Why didn't you say anything on BDE?
You're just no good at goodbyes.
I said something after the show,
Oh.
Oh.
but
Well, the audience, I mean, you tell the audience, hey,
the audience heard on Woo this morning. I told them on Wake Up Woodward.
Oh, so we're not important.
BDE's number one show on the network right now.
That's true.
That is true.
Should have said that's the largest audience.
That is true. There was like 600 people watching. BD
700
this
at
morning.
one point. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I looked into chat in the middle of the show and I was like, oh my god.
Cut day, baby.
Yeah.
Cut day.
One
And
time.
you're getting cut,
I am getting cut, I guess.
Oh, crazy.
getting waived, sent to the practice squad.
Yeah, I'll be on the practice squad, a part of the reserves.
Yep.
Looking out.
So what were your favorite moments working at Woodward Sports? Obviously, you're still working here, but you're just not going to be in person as much.
Well, my favorite moment, I mean, where it all started. I mean, that's got to be
That was a vibe.
that's
That
got
was
to be
fun.
up there.
Oh, yeah.
Draft party. I first time on the mic, get dubbed Korean Jesus.
Yeah.
I believe the line was, "I'm so drunk, I'm seeing Jesus," is what started this by, I don't know what chattered it was, but I believe that's where this nickname came from. And then the next day, I said I ate bagels, and then they were like, "Are you Jewish?"
Yeah.
And I was like, "Yeah." And then that's where Jesus was born.
That's fair.
So that has to be up there.
I never really
our
felt
ba-
comfortable with that one.
Our
Yes, bagels are Jewish.
bagels are a Jewish thing?
You didn't know that?
No.
Yeah.
100%.
I thought bagels were an everyone thing.
No.
Everybody loves bagels.
Yeah, but the Jews made bagels.
Yeah.
Wow, that's good for you guys.
Yeah.
I mean, recently the Jaguar, that was funny.
Yeah.
that was awesome.
That was good.
That was
a good one.
that was a great bit. I can't lie. I was laughing my ass off about that one. I was just watching the show. I was talking to the car, and then all of a sudden I just hear Svenny go, "Is that Juice's car?"
Yeah. The Jaguar was good, man.
I mean,
That was a nice car.
getting muted off the set of BDE one day, that was pretty fun.
Yeah.
Wait. What happened?
I
don't remember exactly.
I was
what
hating on
happened.
cold cuts.
Yeah, yeah.
So they muted my mic,
He was hating on cold cuts.
and
It was a
I
top
just
five.
left because I had better things to do, like edit and stuff. So I was like, all right, I guess I'll just dip for this segment.
Yeah.
And I came back like 15
He's
minutes
the top
later.
5, and he doesn't like cold cuts, so he was.
I didn't make one in protest, and then
yeah,
they muted my mic
Yeah.
because they
Because then he was trying to talk shit. He didn't make one. Then he's trying to talk shit.
Oh, that's fair. I get it.
Do you want
I
to hate it
respect
over
you
it?
in protest too. I mean, that makes sense.
Let's see. I mean, there was a ton. I mean, the golf outings were all dope. I
Yeah.
mean, we met so many cool people, and
Yeah.
then I mean, the Giant Daily event that was
That was
definitely up
awesome.
there.
Had I known you
Every
were leaving
time-
this week, we would have partied way harder. I didn't
Yeah,
know
for sure.
How far are you stay from that place?
I was 5 minutes away from there.
Yeah, bro. We should have.
Oh,
we
dude,
should have.
yeah. Then we could have slept on your probably luxury beds that you have in your house.
Yeah, you probably have guest bedrooms, don't you?
You probably got a guest house.
No, we do not have a guest house.
You can stay in the pool house.
Do you have a pool? Yeah.
No,
Do you have a garage couch?
no.
Do you have a slushy
Nice.
machine?
I didn't know
in
that
your
was
I
going
do
for
not
you
have a
there.
slushy machine.
garage? Okay, that's fair.
Do you have a black couch with a camera set up?
No, I have we have a brown like U couch in our basement. That's usually where people sleep
Oh,
when they
yeah.
sleep over.
Football cut day, Jesus. You're
Football
breaking
cut
it
day.
down with
yeah,
us.
Yeah,
Let's go.
So what are your initial thoughts of these cuts? I think the biggest, most surprising ones were guys like Kyle Pecco, CJ Moore. I don't think DPJ was that surprising. I feel like most people thought he was going to get cut. What were your takeaways?
DPJ, I was rooting for you, brother.
Yeah, we all
I
were.
was rooting for you. All you had to do was do anything to make this team. They were asking you to just step up a little bit, and you couldn't do it, so you deserve to be cut. But for the rest of them, I just pretty much everyone was just blowing preseason smoke up everyone's ass, and
Yeah.
I mean, who got cut was pretty. I think
What'd you
everyone
expect?
kind of saw it coming pretty much, except for I guess Shane Zostra, because
That was a
James
little
Mitchell
surprising.
hasn't
James
really
Mitchell
shown.
surprised, too.
Mitchell got waived too.
Oh, he did.
Yeah.
I didn't
Parker
see that.
Hesse.
Also,
Everyone
Jake
made the
Fromm,
roster.
I thought that maybe. I mean, hopefully he gets brought back on the practice squad. I mean, I know it's a possibility,
Yeah.
but I just thought he'd be our QB3.
I'm not gonna lie. The Sudfeld cut was kind of a surprise to me, and I was happy about it. Don't get me wrong, but I didn't see it coming.
It
I mean,
was surprising because I mean the way that they talk about the way that
Hooker.
he oils up Jared Goff's legs and gets him ready to
Yeah.
play games. I mean, I hopefully I guess Hendon Hooker can pick up the slack.
Oh, absolutely, he will. He's way better than Nate Sudfeld. I was actually at the gym. Shout out to you because that's why I started going.
Shout out.
It's amazing there. Posting shirtless pics, thirst traps all over
Feeling pretty
social
good.
media.
Not gonna lie.
Yeah, Spenny, congratulations, dog.
Thank you.
You are looking great. Like, I will say.
Try.
You know what? Let me hit that.
We did the
Yeah.
just to
Here,
further
just shape it back up.
regardless, though, I was on the pull downs. I saw it, and I was like, ah! I was trying not to scream. I was like, bro, I was so fucking pumped.
I did shoulders today. Actually felt pretty good. Not feeling
Are your
too
neck straight?
not feeling too sore. Yeah. So
So tomorrow's going to be brutal.
no, tomorrow's I'm gonna go the fuck at it.
My
That's
shoulder
what
stuff
it
feels
is.
weird, but as long as I'm light and tight,
Yeah.
I'm good. If I get around here, I'm like, oh, it's a little sketchy.
What are your thoughts about 52 being the Lions' final roster? They have an open spot available.
I just
I mean, the
need you to trust
flexibility.
me. That's all.
Yeah.
There's a
Please.
lot of people who were cut today that maybe have wide receiver potential. I mean, maybe there's some corners out there, some edge rushers. There's a couple places where you could think we might need a guy. Honestly, I don't think we really need a guy at edge rusher out of anyone who was cut today or anything like that. Like I agree with D-Mac, Neil, you. I think it was echoed all around the room today on BDE that James Houston's a gamer.
Yeah.
He can get it done in the games.
Yep.
I mean, he's not a great practice player. I mean, Steve Eisman wasn't a good practice player, for God's
The
sake.
worst, some might say.
Practice player?
Yeah.
Yeah.
D-Mac said
Yeah.
he's the worst practice player he's ever seen.
So, I'm not worried. I would have, between Davenport, Houston, I expect the job to get done on that other edge.
Yep.
I mean, even having Davenport and Houston there, even for most of the season, even
Yeah.
if they're interchangeably healthy at different times, it will most likely be better than how it was last season. So, I look at a wide receiver. I'd hope that Noah Brown or Terrence Marshall Jr. falls to us on waivers.
If we get Noah Brown, bro.
That would be awesome.
I'm popping bottles. It sounds ridiculous because, I think his season high is 500 or whatever. And it was last year, but he was really good.
He was damn good.
6'2".
He was hurt,
he
too.
Played at edge for you. Yeah, bro.
Missed a couple games.
I was really surprised to see him cut. It kind of blew my mind. I understand they have an amazing first three in Houston, but after that, why wouldn't you not want a Noah Brown? I mean, I'm happy for it, by the way.
I would
Hopefully
love
he comes
Noah
to Detroit
Brown.
Lions.
I would love Terrence Marshall. I would even take Martavis Bryant. I saw him
I saw you
getting
saying
cut.
that earlier.
I mean, he wouldn't be my first choice, but that's a big body guy who's got 17 touchdowns in the NFL. I would not mind that at all as a wide receiver 4. So
Did he catch one between his legs?
yeah.
I'll never forget that.
Oh, dude, he's a menace in the red zone.
Yeah. I mean, he's gone for a reason, though, right?
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah, like I said, he wouldn't be my first choice, but if you miss out on Marshall and Noah Brown and even Tim Patrick, Martavis Bryant wouldn't be a terrible option.
Yeah, I was on the our guy Mike show today, too.
Betts did not make the team, Touch Smith. He got cut.
Betts did not make the team. I was on with Mike on the LNU channel, and we're kind of just talking about the Houston situation. And I truly don't feel, because Dan Campbell's such a player's coach, like a sweetheart, if you will. He's not numb to emotion.
Yeah.
So when he was saying that stuff about James Houston, following that final preseason game,
was hurting
there's
him.
no way you would say that and then cut the guy. You know what I'm saying? He's not an asshole like that.
Yeah.
He said that to intentionally light a fire under his ass.
Yes.
The same way, and so we kind of talked about yesterday too. Happy to see James Houston on the team.
Let's go.
Betts did turn out a little bit better than I thought he was gonna look, but also still to the people that were out there talking all that shit about him taking James Houston's job or whatever else you guys had to say. Fuck you.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Also, A.J. Dillon
Wasn't
on
necessary.
IR, I just want to say he is, and Joel put this perfectly, he is
Yeah.
the Alfred Morris's of Saquon Barkley's.
What? Hold on now.
Is that Alfred
What?
Morris of Saquon Barkley's?
He's not on Saquon's level at all.
No, but
Just for
in
having
terms
big ass
of-
legs.
you've never seen those.
Quadzilla?
No, those kind of comparisons.
In terms
I'm
of
lost on this
how
one.
good Saquon Barkley can be,
Yeah.
on a scale,
Yeah.
if
On a scale-
Saquon Barkley is here,
Yeah.
then the Alfred Morris of Saquon Barkley is right here.
Yeah, people say Fred Van Fleet is the Kevin Durant of Kyle Lowry's. You know what I mean? Like that kind of thing.
Say it one more time.
Like Fred Van Fleet is the Kevin Durant of Kyle Lowry's.
We're not doing it. Let's just
Football.
go.
Come
No, these are funny videos. I like those videos a lot. But no, yeah, we're talking Lions. We're talking cut day. There's a lot going on. And we're saying goodbye to Jesus. Goodbye and farewell. He's going back up to
Farewell.
Western to see his last year, right?
Yes.
Last year at Western.
Congratulations.
He's still going to be working for us. We're just not going to see him throughout the week. But I wish you the
Sundays.
best.
See me Sundays.
He'll be here.
Nice.
Wish you the best of luck in your semesters, and don't get complacent. I got complacent my senior year and ended up having to do another semester because I was an idiot.
I really do not want to do that because I have a lot of good opportunities here if I finish next year. So
Yes.
I would very much so like to be done and start working on continuing to move up here.
Yes,
And don't get anyone pregnant.
as you should.
I have a girlfriend and she hasn't,
Well,
so-
don't get her pregnant either. But we are going to go to break. Farewell to Jesus. We hardly knew ye. We'll see him soon. He's not going anywhere. He's just going back to college. But let me tell you guys about Planet Fitness. Planet Fitness is fitness that fits your budget, no matter where you are in Planet Fitness. Close by, more than 50 in Metro Detroit, and thousands more throughout the world. You can get a full body workout in 30 minutes, and all memberships include fitness training. You get all of that. And you can upgrade to the Black Card and get use of amenities like hydro massage, total body enhancement, massage chairs, tanning beds, all that good stuff. And access to over 2,500 locations around the world. For more information, join today at Planet Fitness or planetfitness.com. Planet Fitness, where fitness is essential.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today. Is that an octopus in your pants, or are you just happy to see me? See what I did there? Go Red Wings! From Octopi Experts Woodward Sports.
At Planet Fitness, you can get everything you need for just $1 down.
Try out Planet Fitness and dang, they got lots of equipment.
Not me getting a Planet Fitness membership just for the 24-hour perk.
Hey, y'all better get on these free fitness training sessions from Planet Fitness.
Did y'all know that the PF app has workouts you can do at home?
Cheapest therapy I can find is Planet Fitness.
Join Planet Fitness today and get everything you need for just $1 down. $15 a month, cancel anytime. Deal ends Thursday, July 18th.
We are the network for Detroit by Detroiters. Welcome to the Woodward Sports Network.
Kevin and Catherine at KDK Law not only have 10-plus years experience, they also have 24/7 availability to you. And if you tell them the Heavyweight sent you, they will pay your filing fee. What are you doing with child custody, visitation, and or divorce? Kevin and Catherine at KDK Law got your back. Tell them the Heavy sent you, and they will pay your first-time filing fee. Scan the QR code or dial 248-971-0476. What up, though? Welcome back to Whatever Waits Live on WoodSports.com. I'm Eazy, joined by More Raxter,
Hello.
Chris, Nicholas Kohloff, Caleb the Colorblind will be joining the show a little bit later. We're going over the Detroit Lions final. Not the final, actually, because sometimes they make little moves.
There are going to be some more moves made. Like Kaminsky is going to get put on IR.
Yeah, that
so
one
that'll
was
open
weird.
up a spot. I'm assuming. I forget who it was on X. Shout out to you. I can't remember who it was.
Shout out to you.
No, he's always watching the show. I can't remember his name though. But he said like they're going to re-sign Pico when they put Kaminsky.
Pico?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't.
I wonder if it's
that would
some,
make a lot of sense
because they're real ones like that. I remember they did this for somebody previously, but like they waited till X amount of days so they would get like the medical coverage.
Yeah.
Before whatever they had to do. I wonder if that's what's going on with Kaminsky right now.
I would not be surprised.
Because it counts as 50.
They love Kaminsky.
Yeah. Counts as 53, but if you exclude him, it's 52. Correct? Is that how we're getting to that 52?
We're
Or
still
it's
at
52 with Kaminsky.
With Kaminsky.
So I'm at 51.
Yeah.
So there's 2 more spots.
Yes.
You're 100% sure. Someone count.
Yes, because he's on. Yeah.
That's crazy. I give this guy Chris an opportunity. He's constantly taking shots. That's wild. Nick, you're on the desk next Friday. We got you. You're in for Friday.
Let's
You're
go.
not talking about taking shots. You constantly take shots.
What do you mean?
You love to play victim, don't you?
I'm asking. Listen, I don't want to
And
get into
Broderick was on it too.
On the pup?
He was on the roster. No, he's not on
the
the
IR.
roster. Never mind.
Broderick's on
yeah.
IR. Yeah, he's got the.
Yeah, but John
knee
Kaminsky was
situation.
on their 52-man roster, so it's going to be 51.
Somebody count. In the
All
chat.
right, I'll count right here.
You count right now?
Yeah.
Real quick.
All
1,
right.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
Chris
8, 9,
segment.
10,
All right.
11,
Spenmo's
12,
getting
13,
muted.
14,
Easy.
Go
How you
ahead.
doing?
Go ahead. Mute him while he's on. All right. So we talked about the James Houston stuff.
Yeah.
Like, Dan Campbell was doing his Jedi mind tricks.
Yes.
Nate Sudfeld. What was your honest reaction? I mean, I swear I was about to like celebrate like we scored a touchdown.
That was my celebration.
Honest
I was
to God.
dancing in my office.
52 with John Kaminsky.
52 with
so
John
51 spots. Something's cooking.
Something. Hey, Brad's up to something.
Like I said, though, they're
Something.
probably
Cooking.
going to re-sign, or they'll probably bring back Pico.
I hope they
cutting.
bring back Pico. I mean, if they're not bringing back Pico, it's not that I hope, but like, who is your nose tackle week 1? Is DJ gonna make it? Is it gonna be Levi?
Could be Levi, yeah.
I mean, Levi's
they don't
playing
really have
everything
a
at that
nose
point, though.
tackle, right?
No, they don't. Broderick's on
No,
IR.
but they don't run a nose tackle.
Well, we do, but they just don't. There's like a rotating.
Yeah.
Fucking whoever you can get.
Yeah.
That week. Bohanna cut by the Titans, by the way. Did you see?
Maybe they bring him back.
Remember when we traded for Jameson Williams? We traded up.
Yeah.
Get the Vikings like 32 and like 30 something.
Lewis Seen and somebody else they drafted. if
Lewis
I'm
Seen
not
cut
mistaken.
today.
No way.
Committed us to the
Lewis
Vikings.
Seen cut today, yes.
So who the Vikings got in exchange for Jameson Williams? They ended up making the roster.
Rip.
Brad Holmes. This is another common Brad Holmes W.
Just hate to see it out of a division
You know,
rival.
you just hate to see it sometimes, you know?
Yeah, Rams.
Jeez.
Did you see the Rams traded their linebacker?
Yeah.
Who's
He's like a stud for them. He's a green dot.
Good linebacker.
He's a green dot linebacker.
Traded him for a 5th-round pick.
If you guys know what green dot is, we had this conversation a couple days ago, but like they're the guys that call the play in the huddle. Like all the way up until like camp, he was participating in camp. I don't know what it was. It was a contract dispute. I mean, I'm not 100% sure, but yeah, no longer with the team. Traded to the Titans, I believe. And they just lost somebody too, so I guess it kind of makes sense. Any other surprise cuts around the league, though, that you guys want to bring into Detroit or just
I thought
in general?
the defensive tackle, Aki.
Oh, yeah, the Spinny's guy.
Oh, yeah.
Siaki
Ika.
Yeah.
Yes, that was surprising.
He's a big boy.
That's a big boy. If you're not bringing back Pico, I mean, you're more than likely going to bring back Pico before you take Siaki Ika, but I wouldn't mind that.
Listen, Noah Brown's the guy.
Noah Brown
That
is
is the name I'm discussing. That's the name I'm speaking to existence.
Oh, no.
The Detroit Lions need to go out there and get Noah Brown immediately. He has 4+ years in the league, so he's a release rather than a waiver, meaning he can sign with somebody immediately. We have 2 missing people.
Yes.
Well, obviously, once you situate the situation with John Kaminsky.
Taylor Shant said the Bills released center Will Clapp.
Damn.
That is a
R.I.P.
legendary
Drake
name down. That's name Hall of Fame for sure.
That is name Hall of
That's
Fame
up there
for
with
sure.
like Dick Eaton, Dick Buttkiss, like
Captain Booty or General Booty.
Yeah, General Booty.
That's crazy.
DeColdis
That's the
Crawford.
craziest name I've ever.
Yeah, like
how does one become General Beauty?
I don't know, but you're.
There's a white guy too.
Your parents are cool as fuck. If they name you General Booty,
Are they cool or cruel?
They're cool.
General Booty, like an elementary
I
school.
would be best friends with that kid. If his name was General Booty, I would be best friends with him, and I would fight anybody that makes fun of him.
Speaking of crazy
White kid
names,
too.
real
That
quick.
was a part that also blew me away.
Yeah, that is pretty wild.
I didn't. You know
White
what?
people normally stay in the lines when they name their kids.
Jake,
Kyle.
General Booty.
Did you guys see the broadcast of the Tigers?
Can't let the brothers have all the fun. There's got to get some wild names in there too.
The broadcast for the Tigers, relief pitcher Will Vest.
Yeah.
Bulletproof and Sweater. They're
Yeah.
thinking about names for the kid.
That's sick.
Dude,
I
yeah.
like Bulletproof.
Bulletproof would be awesome.
Bulletproof's the one.
You walk
Unreal.
into, well,
What do you guys think of Madden?
also has bad
Yeah.
connotation going to,
Yeah.
public
Getting
school,
called
being
out,
named
like,
Bulletproof
yeah.
Vest.
Yeah, I'm pretty
Plus,
sure.
Probably
you're
wouldn't
just
be going
asking
for-
to get tried. You're just asking.
Well, I'm pretty sure Anthony Richardson had to change his number because of that too.
I would name him Safety.
Safety vest.
Safety
Safety
Vest.
vest.
Oh, that's
That's
kinda
pretty
lame.
lame. Not gonna lie.
Floaty Vest.
Yeah, I'm hoping we bring back Kyle Pico. I don't understand why that happened though. If you
Damn,
have
Justin
the open
dropped the
spots
hammer
there.
on Lorena.
What'd you say?
I don't know.
Oh,
Justin,
Lorena got-
Justin dropped a hammer on Lorena. I'm here for it because I hate that.
Yeah.
Anyway, Kyle Pico, what's up with that? I don't understand why that happened. If you have 53 spots, or I'm sorry, 2 more spots open, I should say.
Yeah, that is surprising to me. Maybe the Kaminsky thing, I'm pretty sure it's like what you were talking about. They're probably trying to keep him on the roster until he gets those health benefits and then put him on the IR. So maybe they're trying to keep that open roster spot to grab a guy right away, like a Noah Brown, thinking that they can get Pico back before someone grabs him. Because I think Noah Brown will be a hotter commodity than...
Say it one more time, I apologize.
Like, the Kaminsky thing,
yes.
I agree with you. It's probably what they're doing to keep him on the roster until the benefits kick in or whatever that kind of thing is.
Yeah.
Like, they did that with Mosley last year, right?
Is that who it was?
I think it was. It was
either...
either...
It was somebody. I think it was somebody got cut.
But I think they're keeping that one roster spot open because it'd be harder for them to drop and add, or it'd be easier to drop and add Pico than it would be to wait and try to grab Noah Brown, because Noah Brown's going to be a hot commodity. So they want to have that open roster spot so they can scoop him up right away, and they feel like they can wait a little bit for Pico because they don't think anybody's going to try to grab him right away, which would make sense to me.
Don't tease me.
Dude, I would if they get Noah Brown, that would be fucking awesome. Like I would love that.
It sounds so crazy too, because not he's like a superstar stud or anything like that. He's just a really good player, and he fits the exposition you're looking for. I mean, let me go to PFF and see where he lined up most, but like
Kevlar
at that
would be
frame,
cool.
How are his hands? How are his hands, Eazy? Let's
Noah
check
Brown?
out that catch percentage.
I'll pull it up right now for you.
Most importantly, this fits my Super Bowl narrative of Texans-Lions. Adds a little juice to it.
Adds a little
juice to it.
This he had a 60% catch percentage last year.
Better than the other guy we were talking about yesterday.
Yeah.
What was Josh Reynolds?
33 receptions on 55 attempts. He's got a
53
career
on 55. You said?
Yeah.
I like it.
Career 59% catch percentage. I don't know if they put drops in here. I don't see that, but he had 3 drops last year. That's pretty good.
That's really good.
So
were any in the one playoff game?
I'm not sure. I'm not going there. But I think it's kind of unanimous that Noah Brown will be the best option for the Detroit Lions out of these cut guys. We're gonna get into that later. We got a lot of.
We got Derrick Klassen from the Athletic joining us as well.
Got Derrick Klassen joining us from the Athletic.
Noah Brown in the slot 40% of the time. Outside of that, 60% of the time out wide. That's what we're looking for.
Versatility.
Guy outside.
We do got to go to break.
Nice.
Nick, tell us about Feldman.
Since 1996, Feldman Automotive has been driven to provide a fast, convenient, and first-class car buying experience called the Feldman Advantage. With 18 locations, there's a Feldman dealership in your backyard. Visit FeldmanAuto.com to find the location nearest you. And catch Woodward Sports Network live from Feldman Chevrolet of Novi every other Monday. Feldman Chevrolet, Detroit's #1 Chevy dealer.
Braylon Edwards here, Premier Pet Supply. Man, just looking around. Who's got it better than pets? Come on, a baby stroller for Coda? A chef for Lola? Really? You don't have to tell me who the real boss here is. Who's got it better than pets? Nobody, especially here at Premier Pet Supply. For over 30 years and more than 13 locations, Premier Pet Supply has everything that your pet can dream of, and guess what? It's all under one roof. Premier Pet Supply, family owned, operated, and proud to call Metro Detroit home. Check out PremierPetSupply.com or scan the QR code today. Who's got it better than pets? Nobody!
Every single game day, Woodward and Maine. Game day in Detroit. Wake up 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. with Detroit media legend Terry Foster and rising star Matt Broder. And following that, every single game at Second Best Detroit, it's 10 a.m. to noon on Woodward Sports for the pregame show with Neil Rule and Sean Belegian. 10 a.m. to noon at Second Best in Detroit, sponsored by Sabbath Coffee and William Grant & Sons.
What up, though? Welcome back to World Heavyweights live on WoodSports.com. I'm Eazy, joined by Spinmo Rex.
Hello.
Young Chris, Nicholas Kohloff, Caleb the Colorblind. We'll be joined by Derrick Klassen from The Athletic briefly soon. He's having a couple issues with the camera. We got him? Cool.
Yeah, we got him. Here he is.
What's up, man?
I'm doing great. How are you guys?
Great.
Good, man.
Appreciate you joining us. And
Nate Sudfield's off my team.
he's not on the team
I'm
anymore.
flying high right now, brother. Let me tell you.
Is that the highlight of the 53? The
I
down
think
to
so.
53 day?
Kind of, yes. Any surprising cuts for you today, I guess, that you've seen around the league?
I've actually kind of been stuck like in podcasts and the meetings and stuff, so I've actually missed a lot of 53 cut down day. I'm going to get to that this evening. But Sudfeld's a funny one. Do you remember when Eagles fans were just convinced that they were going to trade him for like a second-round pick or something crazy?
Yes.
What a world.
Yeah.
The NFC East fans are they're all over the place, I'm being quite honest with you.
We had one great backup. Every backup we have now is going to be the best guy ever. Like, something I did want to ask was there was a couple wide receivers cut that were pretty decent names out there. You know, guys, Noah Brown, Terrence Marshall Jr., Martavis Bryant, Tim Patrick, and the Lions on their
throw Martavis Bryant.
I like Martavis Bryant.
How dare you just try to sprinkle that in.
Like you said, I have a heart for fantasy guys. Dude got me 8 touchdowns one year. I'm
right.
cool with it. But the Lions on their initial 53, which was 52 technically, only had 4 receivers. And they cut Donovan Peoples-Jones. They cut Caden Davis. Which one of those guys would you see being the best fit for this roster?
Probably Tim Patrick, because, you know, this has been a team where we've been really hoping that they could go out and get just a big-bodied X receiver. And Patrick, it's really just a matter of if he can be healthy, because I think when he's healthy, he's a guy who you can kind of just put him outside the numbers. He's going to go win jump balls. He's going to be useful in the red zone. It's just a matter of, is he going to be able to stay on the field? He's probably their best bet to replace a guy like Donovan Peoples-Jones and give you a little bit of size in a receiver room that doesn't have a ton of strength or a ton of size. Amon-Ra St. Brown is a little bit on the smaller side. Jameson Williams is a pretty slight guy. Even Laporta from your tight end position isn't like as bulky as a traditional tight end. So it may be a guy like Tim Patrick is their best bet.
That's what I'm looking for, too. I want somebody with that. I mean, we could trade a true X, just come off the line, whether it's a red zone situation, maybe just even outside the numbers. That's what I was looking at, too. How about Noah Brown? That's been a guy I've been keeping my eye on if we don't get a Tim Patrick or there's injury concerns. Can Noah Brown fit that X spot?
I don't know about the X spot, but I will say he's great insurance for a guy like Amon-Ra St. Brown, because he'll actually do a lot of the dirty work over the middle that St. Brown does. Obviously, he's not as explosive with the ball in his hands, but he's a guy who's willing to go dig out a safety if he has to in the run game or catch some of those passes in traffic over the middle. So if they are really just looking for a little bit more of like an insurance guy, I think that's actually a good bet for them to make.
And another surprise cut in the NFC North was Lewis Seaton of the Minnesota Vikings, a guy who they drafted high, a guy who they got in return for trading the Lions the pick, which we made to grab Jameson Williams. Well, what's going on with Minnesota right now? Like, are they just falling apart?
I don't think they've drafted well at really any point in the Kwesi era. Recently, I think, especially this last year, people are going to point to like, well, J.J. McCarthy seemed really promising, and Dallas Turner, I think, was a really good pick. I think both of those things are true, but also they basically did like the Herschel Walker trade to go get those guys. Like, they gave up a ton of assets to go get 2 players, and a lot of their other picks really haven't worked out the past couple of years. I've had me and both Robert Mays have had people in our mentions being like, well, Jalen Naylor was drafted and he's going to contribute for them, but like, we don't know if he's a good player yet. Like, that doesn't mean anything. So I think drafting for them has been tough. I think they've done okay in the free agency department, and obviously, trading for Hawkinson was solid, and they've got some stars, but the meat and bones of the roster is tough to find.
Speaking of the meat and bones, the meat and bones of this NFC North have been, and I wish it was Detroit Lions, and that was the end of the conversation. However, the Green Bay Packers are on a little bit of a rise. I'll give the Bears their due credit. I do dislike them the most of everybody else in the NFC North, but they got something going on there. Who is the biggest threat to my Detroit Lions right now in this NFC North?
I think it has to be the Packers. I mean, if everything goes right for this offense, even if not everything goes right for this offense, it's probably a top 10 unit, which we saw last year. They struggled for kind of the first half, and offensive line kind of had some guys in and out. And by the end, they still figured it out, because I think, to me, Matt LaFleur is one of the best head coaches in the league. So I would be very scared of the offense. It's more just a matter of, is the defense, is this finally the year after, 4 years of people saying, oh, the Packers defense, surely they'll be better this year. It's basically just a matter of, is this the year? Now, I think if the defense does get to at least average, maybe slightly above, they can win 13 games. And I don't think that's crazy. It's just I don't know if we're going to get that. So I would say to me, it's like the Lions and the Packers are kind of in a tier of their own. The Bears are frisky. And then the Vikings, they might be fun, but I don't know if they're going to be good.
And looking at other teams who are supposed to compete for the NFC, like the Dallas Cowboys. You look at what the Lions did in the offseason. You know, they signed Amon-Ra St. Brown. They signed Penei Sewell. They signed Jared Goff to these big contracts. The Cowboys, it took them until the last week of the preseason to get a guy who is arguably the best receiver in football. I don't think he is, but you could put him in conversations for top 3. And they still haven't signed Dak. Like, well, what's going on in Dallas?
Jerry just does this, man. Like, I don't know what his whole deal is, but Jerry just loves to string out these deals until the last possible second. I don't know if he thinks it gives the organization some sort of mental edge or what it is really. But, like, you know, again, I was even talking to Robert about this. There was no mystique as to whether they were going to sign CeeDee Lamb, right? It was going to happen. It was just a matter of when and for how much money. Whereas at least with the Ayuk situation, it is kind of up in the air. And there's are they going to trade him? Are they going to pay him? That was never the case with Lamb. It was just Jerry Jones and the Cowboys waiting forever for whatever reason. So I don't know. This Dallas team, it feels like they brought back a lot of the band from last year, but they're like 5%, like the ceiling is just a tad lower. It feels like they lost a couple of guys, especially off the edge. So still a good team, but the vibes are a little bit weird.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, too, didn't they only beat like 2 teams above 500 last year, and we were one? And it was like one of the sketchiest wins I've ever witnessed in my life as a football fan. Like, I almost categorize them as pretenders, and now they have a first place schedule this year. I don't even know. I'm like, when people are calling them contenders, it kind of blows my mind. I don't really see them as that. They have no answer at the running back position. Do you expect them to make the playoffs at all this year, or am I just being a hater?
No, I think the pretenders thing is fair. I think, though, when you have Dak Prescott and CeeDee Lamb, that alone is going to get you above average offense. And I actually kind of think the offensive line is going to be fine, even with some of the changes and some of the rookies they're bringing in, even though losing Tyron Smith is obviously going to be a big problem for them. To me, it really comes down to the defense. This was a defense that played well for a lot of last year, but obviously, as we saw towards the end, they kind of started to fall off. And then any offense with a pulse was able to kind of just shred them because they were doing a lot of very simple stuff and playing in a chaotic way. I do think bringing in Mike Zimmer, who is much more of a controlled, you know, everybody's going to actually do their job. We're not going to be shooting gaps randomly and just doing stuff for fun. I do think him kind of buttoning up the defense could go a long way for them. It's just, I think it's also kind of counterbalanced by them losing some talent. So it's kind of just a matter of which of those two factors wins out.
We got our big money draft this tonight, actually. Rico Dowdle, is that are you taking any late round flyers to that guy, or like what are they doing at running back? This is crazy.
He's one of those guys where it seems Dallas Cowboys fans love him, and I don't really understand it. I think they brought back Zeke for a reason, knowing that Dowdle is probably not a guy who's going to take a ton of carries. And Zeke is probably going to get more of the passing game volume than I think people realize. He caught like 50 passes last year or something. It was a lot more than people think. So I don't know if we're going to get a lot of Rico Dowdle this year.
And looking at a team in the AFC that they're kind of my AFC team, if that's, you know, legal for me to say. The Houston Texans. I called them last year worst to first, even before the draft. I said they were going to be the worst to first team. They did that. I am all in. I got C.J. Stroud in 2 different leagues. I got Nico Collins in a league. I think C.J. Stroud's going to be the MVP this year. I think the Lions are going to beat the Texans in the Super Bowl. Like, how much realistic is my expectations for this Texans team to just take another step under the second-year quarterback and head coach?
I don't think it's crazy at all. You know, to me in the AFC, the Chiefs are kind of in their own category, and I think everybody would be fine saying that. And then to me, I'm still a big on the Ravens. I think they're going to be a really good team. And then after that, it's probably the Texans. And I think you can even make an argument that if a lot of things go right for Houston, whether it's the defense playing it closer to a top 10 level, like they showed, you know, some spurts of last year, or it's the offensive line is healthier and takes another step, and CJ Stroud takes another step, and the offense takes another step. If some things go right for them, they really could be the team that is contesting Kansas City for the top spot in the AFC. So I don't think it's crazy at all. You know, CJ Stroud, it seems every time a rookie has an insane year like this, there is some portion of people that are like, oh, well, is it really real? Dude, you watch CJ Stroud, he's making big boy throws every single drive. Like just absolutely down the field, tight window, in muddy pockets. That dude is so legit. It's not fake at all.
Yeah, I like watching CJ Stroud play football. He's pretty fucking good. I want to reel it back into the NFC North here. I don't know how we ended up in Texas there, but how real is Jordan Love? Speaking of young quarterbacks who kind of just exploded last year, is that legit? Like, should we be concerned for the future, or do you think there's a possibility, like there's some tape on him now, maybe there's a little bit of a, I guess you can't call it sophomore slump because he's been in the league for a while, but I don't know, I guess a fall back there?
I'm pretty bought in on Jordan Love. I think it seems people kind of frame it as he only played well in the second half of the year, and obviously production-wise that is very true. But I think if you watch him in the first half of the year, you can see a guy who is trying to manage the pocket, who is trying to play on time, who is trying to make these tight window throws that a lot of the best quarterbacks in the league will make. It's just that between some of his own inexperience, some of his accuracy issues he had early on, some of obviously the chemistry problems he was having with a bunch of young receivers, like there was no veteran to go help him. I think there was just a lot of inconsistency with the offense. It seemed like once he settled in a little bit and his pocket comfort got a little bit better, and then the chemistry with all his receivers by week 10, by week 12 got better, he really locked into being a very good player. So I don't know how, CJ Stroud is probably a little bit better, but I think they're kind of neck and neck. I think both those dudes are awesome.
And then one other quarterback in our division I'm kind of coping about is the Caleb Williams hype train. I saw it. I get it. I've never doubted it for a moment. But then the other day I was thinking, just watching that play he had, I think it was against the Bengals the first half. It feels like he has to just run around and do all these pirouettes around the field to find like a throwing lane. Do you think he survives a 17-game season like playing that way? Or you think they'll lock it down at some point?
I think the more we get through the season, he'll cut some of that stuff out a little bit, but I think he probably is always going to be a guy who wants to look for that stuff. And I think truthfully, he'll probably be fine in terms of, taking hits and protecting his body. Because I think even for as chaotic as he can play, he actually does do a good job of getting out of bounds when he needs to. And his balance and his management of really tight spaces is good. So you don't actually see him take that many crazy hits, even in college. So I actually think he's going to be fine playing this way. It's kind of just a matter of how many of those crazy throws once he gets outside the pocket is he willing to make, and how many can he connect on. I think that's kind of more of the bigger thing. It's really just like, is he going to throw 10 interceptions, or is he going to get closer to 16, 18, 20, something like that?
And a thing I think that is the biggest factor in the NFC North, more than Jordan Love, more than Caleb Williams, more than any of these, is this revamped Lions defense. Because, they are the reigning kings of the North. They were a decent secondary away from playing in the Super Bowl last year. They had a top 2 rush defense, and they added these pieces along with moving Brian Branch to full-time safety position, which I think is going to end up making them a top 10 defense in the NFL, because if you gave them a middle-of-the-pack secondary last year, they would have been a top 10 defense. So
yeah, he has them top 10.
Is that, you do have them top 10? I was going to say, is that crazy, or what do we...
No, you're speaking my language, man. We did our top 10 defenses show maybe a couple weeks ago, and the Lions were one of my, you could call it a surprise pick, but I think you're on the right, line of thinking there, where the front, especially the front 4 in the pass rush, they were playing at a high level. It was just a matter of, can we get some bodies in the secondary for Aaron Glenn? And he's a really good coach, and he can get the most out of guys, but when you're asking, the 40th best corner in the league to be a plus player for you, that's really hard. Now they brought in a guy like Carlton Davis, who I love and think is fantastic. He can be a true one. Terry and Arnold, I think they drafted a guy who can also be a number 1 corner. And this Raxter, I think, is promising. They even bring in Amik Robertson, who has shown really good play out of the nickel. And then, like you said, if Robertson is good in the nickel and they don't have to worry so much about playing Branch there, and Branch can just be unlocked as a safety, you're fixing 2 spots now. Like, it's just they've added so many bodies there, and they have high-end guys and they have good depth. So I think this secondary is going to be awesome.
And a thing that we've been doing is putting up awards races for potential players on this Lions team.
Drafts.
And the one that seems to keep winning out over any other position, over Offensive Player of the Year, over MVP, anything like that, is Aiden Hutchinson's potential to be Defensive Player of the Year this year. And you look at adding a DJ Reader on the inside who was instrumental to, Trey Hendrickson getting a 17-sack season.
J.J. Watt.
Is it true? Is the Aiden Hutchinson hype I said 17.5 sacks this year. That's what I think he can reach. Is that too crazy, or is that?
Sound like an NFC East fan.
Is that pretty good?
No, I don't think it's crazy at all. For a couple reasons. One, like you guys mentioned, bringing in DJ Reader, I think is going to help free up some space over the middle, and that should help Hutchinson get some one-on-ones and really just have more space whenever they do picks in games and stuff like that. The secondary being better, where you're not just going to get the ball out in 2.5 seconds on a lot of plays, because the guys can actually hold up and give him some time. The other thing is, it's not like this Lions team has a lot of other guys who are going to finish the sacks. They're going to have to be Aiden Hutchinson. So if he can really play at maybe just like a half level above what he was last year, and then the secondary is as good as we think it is, I don't think a sack a game is really out of the realm of possibilities here.
Let's get it, man. Mike Sandel put out his quarterback tiers today, and our guy JG fell 10. I know you and I kind of share some observations of Jared Goff.
He's walking on glass over here with the chat. They go after him, man.
But Derrick, because I listened to your guys' show today. They did a great piece in Detroit Lions. Make sure you go check that out, the Athletic Football Show. I heard you use the word Super Bowl today. Did you mean that? Detroit Lions Super Bowl?
I truly mean that. I think they would probably be my pick out of the NFC. And I think it's, probably to me, it's going to be them, the Niners, or the Packers. Like one of those three, I would be pretty surprised if it's not one of those three teams. But yeah, the Lions just feel like they brought so much of what was a great offense back this year, whether it's the offensive coordinator, a quarterback who is, I know I've had my reservations and you do too, but he's at least an above average guy. And I think in that, 10, 12 range. So he's a good player. The offensive line, a lot of guys, even the ones they replaced are good players that they brought back in. So I think that's not going to be a problem. You obviously still have your best receiver. And then the defense, if they, even get to above average, which they weren't last year, I don't see why this team can't make the Super Bowl. Like they have a lot of the pieces that you would want.
And Derrick, we appreciate you, spending your time with us and joining the show. And before we get you out of here, I like asking all of the guests we have on, what is Dan Campbell is kind of the face of the franchise at this point. Like he is the guy over Amon-Ra St. Brown, over Jared Goff, over Aiden Hutchinson, and he is known for his quirkiness. We'll say. What is your favorite Dan Campbellism? Like the weirdest things that he does?
I don't know about a thing he's said necessarily. I want to say off the top, though, I do love Dan Campbell. Even from the jump when we weren't sure he was going to be good, he just seemed, his energy was awesome. I forget where I heard this, but a long time ago, somebody said your team takes on the personality of either your head coach or your quarterback. And it seemed immediately when they hired Dan Campbell, it was going to be the Dan Campbell personality taking on. I think it's been awesome. I still will probably never get over what his coffee order was. Like, as someone who drinks a lot of coffee, that's like an incomprehensible amount of caffeine that I don't know how any man gets through the day that way. So shout out to him and his heart for being able to handle that.
I love Dan Campbell, man. And then we also throw our guests a couple weird questions too. We didn't get to hit you with this one last time because it was via phone, but how many owls in a day would you have to see before you had to call someone? Things are getting a little bit too weird for you.
Yeah.
How many owls in a day?
Until you started thinking something's wrong.
Yeah. I'm thinking probably by the third one. Because one can be like, whatever. And then second, you're like, that's a little off. And then by three, you're like, I've never seen this in my life. So something is amiss here.
You call your loved ones, make sure everybody's okay.
Derrick, man, you're killing it from Bleacher Report to 33rd Team and now The Athletic. Can you give our audience everywhere they can find you and your content?
Yeah, first of all, thank you guys for having me. I love being on the show. You guys are awesome. You guys can find me on Twitter at QBClass. That's class with a K. And then, I'm the second half of the Athletic Football Show.
Thank you so much,
man.
Derrick. Appreciate you joining us, man.
Thank you. Congrats on your success, man. Keep killing it.
Thank you.
Dude, I'll say it every time, man. The Athletic guys are just they're
top
different.
Notch.
They all know
ball knowers.
They're ball knowers, man. They're the best in the game. The Athletic guys. Every time we have a guy from the Athletic on, it's just top-notch stuff. And Derrick is definitely a part of that regime. But we do got to go to break, so let me tell you guys about Guardian Alarm. Guardian Alarm offers you customized solutions from real experts. Their professional technicians take the time to recommend security and automation solutions specific to your needs. They also have 24/7 professional monitoring. You can call them anytime, day or night. No Guardian Alarm team member will stay on the phone as long as needed. And of course, they have technology backed by people. Your safety and security deserves technology. It's been proven to work, and people have been proven to care. So call them at 1-800.
Stay out.
That's 1-800.
Stay out.
And let them know Woodward Sports sent you.
Your local cannabis plug, but right now, if you spend $25 or more, they'll get you $10 off of that. Just scan the QR code next to me and bring it to any Dispo location. That's Dispo, your local cannabis plug.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men for an award-winning haircut experience from one of our talented stylists. Enjoy a precision haircut, hot lather neck shave, scalp and neck massage, and a hot towel treatment to top it off. Enter for your chance to win the $50,000 Perfect Bracket Challenge. With more than 25 Metro Detroit locations, there's always a Lady Jane's near you. Lady Jane's Haircut for Men, open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Lady Jane's, it's wicked awesome.
The countdown to kickoff is here. Your Detroit Lions are ready for another season of grit. Woodward Sports is your #1 destination for all breaking news and Lions coverage. We are Detroit's #1 sports network. We are Woodward Sports.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles. And with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
A ton of fun, a ton of sports, and a ton of man-meat. Welcome to the Woodward Heavyweights, live daily 5 to 7 p.m. on Woodward Sports.
Awesome is when a guy can be a guy and get an amazing haircut. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. Stop in, sit down, relax, and let one of their talented stylists make you look and feel great. I got that shoulder and neck massage a couple times in the past week, and it literally saved my life. So you should stop in here. That's just one of the perks that you can get with the Lady Jane's experience. Walk in anytime, 7 days a week. Lady Jane's, it's wicked awesome. And let me tell you about Premier Pet Supply. Give your pet the best. Premier Pet Supply is hands down Michigan's best pet store. Same prices and all the conveniences of the online and big box retailers, with one major difference. They're family and locally owned and operated for over 30 years. 60 brands of food and nutrition experts to help you. Same day local curbside home delivery. Premier Pet Supply. Give your pet the best. www.premierpetsupply.com.
What up, welcome back to World Heavyweights Live on WoodSports.com. I'm Eazy, joined by Spimo Raxter,
What up,
Chris,
though?
Nicholas Kohloff, Caleb the Colorblind. Smash that like button, be a friend, tell a friend, share the stream. Just kind of go over Detroit Lions.
Cut
roster
day.
cuts. Cut day. No more Nate Sudfeld.
Shark
know
Week.
that. Shark Week. No more Jake Fromm as well.
Jake Fromm, I hope
the
Jake
Matthew
Fromm
Betts
makes
crowd
the
to get in here late.
practice squad.
He's gone as well. Jake Fromm. I think he will.
I don't think anybody will pick him up. I would love to
Both
see
of those
Jake Fromm
guys
as our
are probably
practice
going to end
squad
up.
guy.
I mean, I don't know about both of them for sure, but like I know one of them will for sure end up on the practice squad.
Yeah.
That's without a doubt. I'm thinking Jake Fromm. No disrespect to Nate Sudfeld. I just feel like who is like really picking him up?
I don't think anybody would pick up Nate Sudfeld except for like the Vikings.
Unless it's an emergency,
or the,
like
or
you
the,
need
or
it.
the Packers or somebody that just wants some Lions secrets. I feel like Sudfeld's a rider enough he wouldn't tell if they signed him and be like, no, I'm not going to tell you Ben Johnson's playbook.
What about
I mean, we paid him pretty well the past couple of years to just do nothing. So
Sudfeld?
Yeah, it's the least he owes us. Like,
For
just
sure.
Keep that trap zipped.
Like that guy in the video.
Paid him with just hush money.
Yeah, like honestly, they're gonna throw you away anyways. We
Yeah.
actually cared for you. We talked a lot of shit, but we paid you. We paid your bills.
But to be fair, like it was deserved shit.
Maybe he ends up in Philly again.
Maybe. I think he was with the 49ers for a minute too. Either way,
49ers got the pass or not though.
Anybody surprised? Yeah, he's not gonna. He's cooked. He's trying to up in our practice squad. Or waiting on a phone call. Was anybody surprised about the Matthew Betts stuff? Because I know. Actually, I should ask you. You had him down for 5.5 sacks.
Listen. I said
7.5 sacks.
The quotes were, if he got the same amount of run as what was his name? I can't remember.
He
his
even
name
make
now.
it to the track meet, son.
I can't even remember his name now. The guy that played
Charles Harris.
Charles Harris. Yeah, if he got the same amount of snaps as Charles Harris, he would have done something. But he's obviously not going to get that opportunity because Buddy didn't even make the team. But I mean, no, I'm not too surprised. I would have taken Ukwu and Houston over Betts.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm with you right there too. And I honestly came out pretty aggressive. Just the only reason why I was aggressive as I was is I knew all you people just throwing them in there for those 5.5 sacks.
If he got as many snaps as Charles Harris.
And this isn't really to you. This is everybody else though that was like, "Oh, Matthew Betts coming to save the franchise. Oh, here it comes, guys."
I don't think it was
the big white truth. There it comes.
I don't think it was ever like that.
No, it was like that, son. It was crazy in there.
Really?
The reason why it pissed me off, no one watched a single fucking lick of him play before saying these things. It was the most absurd way.
I watched his highlights.
Oh, it's interesting.
That's even hard to find.
Yeah, it was hard to find.
Like, it was crazy. No disrespect to Mr. Matthew Betts, by the way, too. This is more so. I have more beef with fans than I ever do.
Eazy
athletes.
hates fans. Yeah.
Never have beef with the athletes. It's always beef with the fans because the fans take it to the whole other next level. 5.5 sacks. But seriously though,
bro,
little bit. Was this a surprise?
We got Auntie coming in.
Come on, put the camera on. We got
Auntie.
Auntie, how you feeling about the cuts, Auntie?
Doing, baby. I just got done cooking some greens, some yams. You know, Auntie tired, baby.
Bro, all day.
Gotta be.
Ooh. Man. Oh, baby. You know, I got that arm fat. You know, I be getting in there, baby. What y'all talking about, baby?
Cuts.
The cuts.
Yeah, no, James, I was just talking about that. I was like, Braylon was like James Mitchell on the team for a reason over St. Zylstra. Like, they ain't cut him for a reason.
Cut him both.
Got his ass out of there, too. Damn.
I thought they would keep him because we don't really have our wide receiver options are limited in terms of big bodies. James Mitchell is more of like the big body tight end, receiving at least.
I'm going to keep it real. I have no clue what they looking for anymore now.
Yeah.
I'm just like, fuck it. The season, 2 weeks away?
Yep.
Just bring whatever, bro. I know whatever. Dan Campbell got him ready. Brad Holmes got him ready.
Yeah.
Brad Johnson got
what
him
receiver
ready.
do you want to sign?
Ben Johnson got him. Huh?
What receiver do you want him to sign? Out of like Terrence Marshall, Noah Brown, Tim Patrick, Martavis Bryant.
I saw somebody say Tim Patrick, and I looked at it, bro. Those last two names you said, I thought Martavis Bryant got banned for like life.
I thought that was Josh Gordon, I think.
I thought he had got like damn near a similar thing, he
was smoking weed.
Yeah, Martavis Bryant got clipped for a while, but
yeah.
I don't even. When the last time he played?
It's been like
Adam
5 years.
said, "Auntie, what you call it?"
No, yeah,
Auntie, what you call it?
Baby, I've been doing good, baby.
Hey, speaking of cuts, Juice is gone. What's up with that? How you feel with that cut?
But he's talking about that cut. Juice still work here though.
On Sundays, what do you guys still do the podcast or what?
Oh yeah, we definitely gonna still be pumping that out.
That's
pumping that out. I'm about to go up to East Lansing this Friday, bro.
Hell yeah.
I got one extra ticket. Who wanna go to the game with me?
Oh, this Friday I can't.
They playing FAU.
Yeah.
I'll see what I can do.
It's on Friday.
Bro, I'm about to.
What we got going Friday?
Show to do.
There you go, Nick. Two Fridays in a row for you.
Easy. Ain't you gonna be here?
Let him cook. If anybody gets tickets, me. If anybody's missing the show on Friday, go watch MSU play football with me.
You gotta see
He just backed out.
You gotta see the first game of the Childs era.
I did.
He said take the over.
He's gonna be a dog.
He said take the
I
over.
did
like on
that
what
comment.
though? On his passing yards, on the team total,
Team total,
Team totals.
passing yards. Take him for the first touchdown scored. Look out.
I wish I
you
paid
say
attention. I wonder if the line moved at all.
After he said that?
I almost took it the moment he said it because he must be busting his own defense
Hey, yo.
in practice. To be saying take the over, to be saying take the own offense.
Yeah. No, he's.
Who's
I mean,
the new
he's
D
dog.
coordinator?
Hell if I know.
Bro, wait, quick break though. What
Yeah.
y'all think I should do? They told me I should wait it out till 7.
For
Hell
what?
no. Dude,
Since it's
where
raining.
are you parked at?
Right across the street. That's why I said
Oh,
I'm like.
yeah,
That's why I'm
who
like,
said
bro.
you're good?
I'm
Who said
like
you wait it
7.
out?
I'm like, I'm trying to go to the crib.
There's probably an umbrella in here
Did
somewhere.
a girl say that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Why you listen to?
Say they low key trying to cake.
I mean, if that's what
She
you're
on
doing
my
until
dick.
7.
Yeah, man.
Maybe she wants some auntie. What's him calling?
Oh, God. Baby.
All right, we got to go to break. We got to come back. More
No, we
Detroit
don't.
Lions. No, we don't?
We doubled up.
All right, bet. We'll go through. I had it on the wide receiver 3 tender, but we kind of know who we want.
Yes.
But I'll throw you some names, though. What?
Question for you guys, though, with this wide receiver 3 option, and we brought in Isaiah Williams. He obviously made the team. Brad Holmes cooked again. Do you guys need one of these 6'2" guys on the outside, or do you think that Isaiah Williams or one of these guys can just play a role in this offense where you don't need that?
No, I think you still need a big body guy on the outside. Isaiah Williams is a slot guy more often than not. So I would still like, a Martavis. No, I'm just kidding.
You did just try to slide Martavis Bryant in
Bro,
there.
I like Martavis Bryant. He's a red zone demon. But I would still like a Noah Brown or a Tim Patrick or a guy of that ilk to be, a big body on the outside to play some work in the X. I do like Isaiah Williams, though, and I hope he gets some run this year. But those are the guys they interviewed pre-draft. They were interviewing the big body guys. They made it kind of obvious that they want one of those dudes on their roster, and now there are quite a few of them who have NFL experience, who are pretty good players that are going to be available for them to grab. So, I would want one of those guys rather than just trusting Isaiah Williams. I like Isaiah Williams, but I'd rather have a guy in a different prototype than him.
Yeah, I think that's what you're looking for. To take it on the outside, red zone situations. Like Jameson Williams can easily fulfill Josh Reynolds in the middle of the field and maybe even more. Where I think you have, and this is actually what we were talking with Derrick about.
He said,
Josh Reynolds on the play action and stuff like that. Like that's the difference for me. At least, like, let's see Jamo do some of that stuff. I'll be a lot more comfortable. But regardless, outside of that, you just want big bodies in the red zone. I think Dan Campbell wants big bodies in the red zone. Dan Campbell, yes, as much praise as he gave to Khalif Raymond the other day, or Khalif Raymond, I think I'm supposed to say it. He mentioned he needs a wide receiver 3 when he was doing his radio interview. Like, he didn't say Khalif's name when asked the question initially. He said we need a wide receiver, and he talked about the size. Like, I don't really know that. I got to re-listen to the question, I guess. I don't know if the size was brought up by the reporter or if Dan Campbell brought it up. But the fact, if he did bring it up, that means it's something he's looking for too. And for me, Noah Brown is the guy. But I'm also willing to take a flyer on Tim Patrick.
I see a lot of people talking about this, and Equinemius, or the Shaquille Oatmeal said, Equinemius St. Brown cut from the Saints.
Yeah, I saw
that's
that.
a guy who's 6'5". Obviously, he's got the family ties. I'm good. I'd rather have one of the other guys, the Tim Patricks or the Noah Browns, over Equinemius St. And no shade thrown at EQ, but he is not to the level of receiver that these other guys are. Nick, you seem pretty got a strong opinion on that.
I
don't do it.
Think that he's great at podcasting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think that's crazy to say that I think Tim
great at
Patrick
podcasting.
and Noah Brown are better receivers than Equinemius St. Brown.
If you're not making the Saints roster, you're not going to make a Super Bowl contending Detroit Lions roster.
Their wide receiver situation is worse than ours. And you got
Olave.
They got Olave and Shaheed.
Raheed
Shaheed, and that's about it.
Damn. Yeah, they're cooked.
Yeah. Like I said, if they're going to do it just to do it, he'll be the Thanasis of this team. I can't be too mad about it.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
I think if you have the option to get a Noah Brown or a Tim Patrick or a Terrence Marshall Jr., you do that first.
Quintez Cephas cut from the Texans as well. A little speedster, not a bigger body guy, but he showed some promise with Stafford. Quintez Cephas.
No.
I'm good on Quintez Cephas.
You guys good on Quintez Cephas?
Yeah.
Another name on this list that I'm personally good on. Been good on for a while. Remember 2 years ago, a lot of people want to sign him to a $12 million deal. Detroit native, by the way, too. Allen Robinson.
No.
Cooked.
He is
No.
Can we be honest about these guys that are cooked?
He's over hard. Like he is cooked through. There is no thank you on Allen. Again, cool story. Detroit guy. He was a very good receiver for the Chicago Bears. But no. He's absolutely cooked.
Yeah. The way to, I guess, to like observe it for anyone that was thinking that is just remember what he was. How good he was when he was good. He hasn't been anywhere near that.
A.T. Perry. Yeah.
In the last. A.T. Perry's cut?
No, he's DNC into saying he's
Trade
listing all of New Orleans receivers.
Oh, A.T. Perry's a good guy.
He had like one good play last year.
Yeah, I mean, I would take a flyer on him if he was caught. I thought that was good bringing him up for. I don't remember what I was saying, so we'll move on.
Now, I know you talked about earlier, but does this make you want to explore the trade market? I know you said wait till the deadline.
No.
I'm with you there, but does
No, because you have Tim Patrick, you have Noah Brown, like you have.
But if you strike out on those,
You can't strike out.
I don't think you strike out.
You can't allow yourself to strike out. There are 4 legitimate options for you, a wide receiver, right now.
But also still no.
Yeah.
Like,
the trade deadline is going to be for, God forbid, somebody gets hurt and you need to fill a role.
Yeah, and I mean, just like we have our star-studded guys. We have the guys that carry the bulk of this offense.
Yeah,
like,
we just need depth pieces.
Yeah, they're the pieces more so the depth piece. Maybe a guy that can as true X, come off the line, block, even sell the block on a play action type of situation. Like, that's what you're looking for if you're continuing to shop around. And I don't know if that's something that's worthy of giving up assets for. On top of the fact that you gave up assets to acquire Gio Manu and you gave up assets to acquire Sione Vaki this past draft. You can do future draft classes though. I'm not going to count those out. Pretend that doesn't
Giovanni
exist.
Manu looked pretty good in that last preseason game. I liked what I saw.
Fucking against the first team.
But still, I mean,
he's definitely growing a lot though.
yeah, like he's gonna need reps and stuff like that. But he looked pretty good.
Isaiah Hodgins from New York.
I would not mind that. I saw, I believe Mike Payton put it out there that Brad Holmes has had sent scouts out to look at him for like about a week now.
He's 6'4".
He had what? He had a pretty good.
He had a good camp.
Pretty good
Or at
camp
least against us.
Yeah.
6'4". He ran a 4.6 though. I mean, I don't mean much to.
That's
what we
not
do.
mean much. I wouldn't mind that at all. I would take
surprised
that.
he's
I would take
cut.
him over Martavis Bryant, or he'd probably be 2 for me, honestly.
Question.
2?
Probably, yeah. If it's not Noah
He
Brown,
said Martavis Bryant again.
if it's not Noah Brown, I would take him over Terrence Marshall Jr. or Tim Patrick.
Over Tim Patrick?
Yeah.
I'm not big on Terrence Marshall Jr. I don't think he is what he was supposed to be ever. Like, I don't remember his name being called once outside of the draft. I mean, I'm looking up his stats right now.
Lucian.
He has 1 touchdown in 3 years.
Stanica. I'm sorry, I probably just
bad
butchered
Panthers
that.
wide receiving core too.
Lucian Stanka. Sorry, again, I'm probably butchering that. He says Michael Thomas. I've seen multiple guys say this.
Hell no.
No, thank you on Michael Thomas.
no,
First of all,
no.
Dan Campbell
Hell
knows who
to
Michael
the
Thomas
no.
is.
Hell
He's a
no.
diva. He is the
To the
definition
no,
of a diva.
no.
Second of all,
Hell to the
dude
no.
hasn't played more than 3
Hell
games in
no.
like 8 years.
To the no.
He can't stay healthy.
no.
I'd be good on Michael Thomas.
But we are still taking chat options. Put them up there.
Question for you guys though: are any of these receivers previous Alabama alumni, and have they been hurt significantly in a leg injury?
Hasn't the Denver guy been hurt?
Did Tim Patrick play for Alabama?
Tim Patrick's your man.
I'm just kidding.
He has a leg injury.
Fits half.
Bring him home.
Bring him home. Maybe it's Tim Patrick. It probably ends up being Tim Patrick, to be honest with you. I mean, Brad does love those injured guys. He'll take the gamble every single time.
Do we know how he is at blocking? It's a big thing on this team.
Yeah. Tim Patrick?
They make your wide receivers like they need you to block.
Oh, yeah.
So
No block, no rock.
No block, no rock.
You got to know what it is, baby. And now what it ain't. Let's go to break a little bit early. We come back. Some more wide receiver talk. However, is a wide receiver talking. Amon-Ra St. Brown joined Woodward heavyweight veteran, Mina Kimes, on her podcast. Had some good stuff to say about Ben Johnson, Jared Goff, and more. But first, we got to tell you guys about Randy Wise. Scan the QR code or visit woodwardsports.com right now for your opportunity to join our foursome with the likes of Braylon Edwards, maybe a Calvin Johnson, maybe a Darren McCarty. How about a Tim McCullough?
Whoa!
Scan the QR code or visit
Shout out,
woodwardsports.com for your opportunity to join the Randy Wise Automotive Team Celebrity Golf Tour.
You have an opinion? Make sure it's seen and heard. Tweet us, hop on the YouTube chat, slide in the DMS at Woodward Sports on all social media.
At Planet Fitness, you can get everything you need for just $1 down.
Try out Planet Fitness and dang, they got lots of equipment.
Not me getting a Planet Fitness membership just for the 24-hour perk.
Hey, y'all better get on these free fitness training sessions from Planet Fitness.
Did y'all know that the PF app has workouts you can do at home?
Cheapest therapy I can find is Planet Fitness.
Join Planet Fitness today and get everything you need for just $1 down. $15 a month, cancel anytime. Deal ends Thursday, July 18th.
Can't get enough Lions coverage? Make sure you catch all Woodward sports shows every game day. Wake up with Woodward and Maine, giving you the latest insight into the Lions locker room and press conferences. Then join the Lions pregame show, highlighting key matchups, injuries, and what to watch for during the game. Follow all the ups and downs of the live game action with our Woodward Watch Party live on YouTube and woodwardsports.com. After the game, check out the instant fan and host reactions with the Lions postgame show. Every game, it's wall-to-wall, kneecap-biting, high-fiving, chest-pumping Lions coverage.
Hell yeah!
Only at Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
Woodward Sports, let's go.
We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side. Woodward Sports.
Soroki's Crispy Chicken and Pizza is taking over Michigan. Locations are popping up all over Metro Detroit. They just opened one in Madison Heights. If you want the best chicken, pizza, biscuits, or any sides in the game, just go to Soroki's. You can find one near you at Sorokis.com. Soroki's, now that's crispy.
Now that's crispy, you know what I'm saying? Smash that like button, you feel me? And welcome back to the Woodward Heavyweights. Boy, I'm Eazy, that's Spitmo Rex. Hey there. We got the ugly motherfucker Chris and that motherfucker. Hit the like button, and maybe Doctor can fix what the fuck he got going on in his face. We got Nick.
Now that's
the microwave that motherfucker too.
Understand
Cam the colorblind behind that ugly motherfucker Chris. Smash that like button. Me and Chris telling Frenches. Hey, Chris took a shot at 12 o'clock last night.
Yeah, what happened? Oh, in the
I don't know.
I did. Honestly, I was just listening to Takeover as that came on. I just put that in. It wasn't even a shot like that.
That was a shot for
And then this guy Eazy just goes for blood. He's like, yeah, and that's why your mom hates you.
Yeah.
Wait, what I said?
That's why your daddy ain't shit. If he was here, he wouldn't be shit. No, Mama was a hoe. She was weak and pussy. She had you to see if it would work out. Didn't work out. That's why you ain't here. But your daddy, a good Ethan, because he take care of his real family.
Remember how ruthless Eazy was with that one guest that was just joking? Or that one
The Yo Mama joke? The Yo Mama joke?
Yeah. Eazy just killed him. He's like,
put a bounty on his girlfriend.
I don't recall. What are you guys talking about? You guys are crazy.
Football.
Did a whole skit. Football. Amon-Ra St. Brown was on Me and the
I
Guys
haven't
podcast.
seen this yet.
Shit was fire. I mean, listen, you got a ball knower and a ball knower. They can only create magic. And here's a couple of the clips. You can play which one.
Okay.
Baffling. This is sort of, one thing that I really like about Ben is when you see one run play in a Lions game, you know it's going to set something up later. Take me inside like your mind. What's it like knowing, okay, we just ran trap. We're going to do that again, but we're going to run play action off of it, and I'm going to get you. Like, is that something you're thinking about through the course of the game?
Yeah, so that's not really something that I'm thinking about, but I know all coaches, but especially Ben, is thinking about it. But the thing that Ben does so great is he's not trying to set up a play during the game. He's setting it up weeks before. So it might be 3-4 weeks where we're running the same play, and get into that next week. He's like, okay, we ran this play about 4 times the last 3-4 weeks. Teams are going to be expecting it. We got something off that. So he's thinking about setting stuff up from weeks prior, which makes it so crazy. Because once 1 week goes by, I'm not even thinking about the game before that really. But as a coach, he's thinking about all that stuff, which again, I think his ability to, look at the details and pay attention to all the little things is also what makes him so special.
I grabbed this part simply because I've been a big Ben Johnson fan. Just like I've noticed these things. We've heard them reported. The Athletic, they're able to do these reports off the quarterback tiers because they're able to interview multiple GMs, multiple quarterback, whoever the hell it may be. Defensive coordinators hate Ben Johnson because they don't know what the hell he's doing.
Yeah.
And you kind of got a little dive into the prep of how he does it. Is she said you're setting up run plays to set up plays on the line in the same game. Amon-Ra corrected and said no. He's setting up plays for a team that he knows watching because they're playing a team similar to him 4 weeks down the road. That's the brilliance of Ben Johnson. That's the brilliance of, I guess, this part actually isn't brilliant. This part is just a blessing from him and his relationship with Dan Campbell, but to stay and kind of just be that mentor to the next in line in terms of Tanner Ekstrand, whoever it may be, just kind of following suit and teaching these guys these things. And Ben Johnson, I'm probably be a fan no matter where he goes, unless it's somewhere in the NFC North. I'll probably be rooting for him because I truly love his football mind, his football acumen. But yeah, he is the fucking man for that reason.
Yeah, no, Ben Johnson
And more.
is a superhero. Ben Johnson is rightfully so, held in the same breath of the McVays and the Shanahans and the LaFleurs and the McDaniels. Like, there's a reason that this guy is so widely regarded as one of the best offensive minds in football, and there's a reason that he is at the top of everybody's list when they need a new head coach, because he makes defensive coordinators have nightmares and stay up at night, you know. And I'm not talking about the kind of dreams I was having last night, but I'm talking about like nightmares.
He a fan.
It was a fan dream for sure. But Ben Johnson is the real deal, and so is Amon-Ra St. Brown. And these guys were just a match made in heaven, because you can do so much with Amon-Ra St. Brown. You can put him anywhere on the field, have him run any route, and he's normally going to win. And Ben Johnson puts him in the best success, or the best place to have success.
And not even just Amon-Ra, like everybody. Like one of the pieces.
Congratulations,
Actually, you know
you
what?
just got Amon-Ra
I
St.
think that's what
Clown.
this next part is about, Chris. Will you play that other video?
Let's see.
It's not just on him, but because you guys are so, you're so good at what you do, and the run game is so dominant, he will have those one-on-one opportunities that maybe you wouldn't get in other offenses.
Definitely. I think he's going to have a bunch of one-on-one opportunities just because of our style of play. Like you said, we can run the ball really well. We got guys, we kind of use the middle of the field, like you said, a lot with me, Laporta, the running backs out the backfield that, sometimes on that outside it is one-on-one. And, I feel bad for anyone that's trying to run with Jameson Williams, because that man can run.
Now, that was them talking about how, and we told you guys this before too, they operate within the middle of the field. They do the biggest damage in the middle of the field, and how that opens up situations where a guy like Jameson Williams could take the top off. You heard Amon-Ra St. Brown just say it too, like at that point you're running stride for stride with Jameson Williams, and straight up, I feel bad for whoever has to demand that task.
I say it all the time. I don't. I want to get this as a shirt made in the Woodward Sports Store, because Jameson Williams has that oh shit speed. Because if he's running at you full force and you are not turning around in a full sprint, it's oh shit, and he is by you, because he is one of, if not the fastest player in the NFL. So to have him fully, J-Mo Unchained this year, I'm so excited to see what he can do in the before mentioned Ben Johnson offense. It's going to be amazing, man. I can't wait for it. Jameson Williams is a freak of nature. He's a gazelle out there. I remember Amon-Ra talked about it last year around draft time, like who would win in a race between Jameson Williams and Jahmyr Gibbs, and he said it would be close at first. If it was like a 20-yard dash, it'd probably be pretty close. But if it was a 40 or 100, J-Mo's blowing him out, because when he gets that, gazelle-like stride going to where it doesn't even look like he's trying that hard, and the dude is just sprinting, screaming down the field. So I'm excited to see that, man.
Did I send that in Slack, by the way? I sent you the I don't think if I I did. Will you grab that, Chris? We are aware of a tweet from Cecil Lamy. Allegedly, he's a sportscaster in Denver. No, Nick?
I was just gonna hit on JMO real quick. I've not confirmed anything about this wide receiver that may or may not.
Yeah, we're not.
We see the tweet.
We see the tweet.
He does have like 17,000 followers.
50,000 followers.
He's got 50,000 followers.
I'm looking on Detroit guys, and I haven't seen anything.
Yeah, I'm waiting to see it from a Detroit guy. I tagged Justin Rogers in the tweet.
Yeah, I tagged Justin Rogers, Ben Raven, and Mike Payton, and I haven't heard anything from them.
Yeah,
so.
we have any type of confirmation on that, but if true, my boy, I'm just saying. Super Bowl! I'm sorry. Let me relax. He's got injuries. We don't know how he is, but on Jameson Williams, Nick, go ahead.
Jameson Williams, you talk about why this speed is so game breaking, and that's why I think he needs to have more carries this year specifically, so you can just make sure you get him the ball. But when he is going deep on those crazy long routes, he's opening up the field for two guys that made the All-Pro team last year. One first team in Amon-Ra St. Brown, the Yak King, and the second in Sam Laporta. Shout out. And that's why those guys have so much room to run after the catch and sometimes after they break a tackle, because the other guys are already way downfield with J-Mo. So shout out J-Mo for doing that. What the f***? It's so funny.
Check this motherfucker.
He tagged Justin Rogers in that tweet and said, check this motherfucker. No, yeah, like I said, I tagged Justin Rogers, Mike Payton, and Ben Raven. So, again, I'm not going to report it as fact until I see someone I deem as credible reporting it. I've never heard of this guy. He does seem to have a pretty big following, and it says he's a digital talent at denversports.com.
Could be an OnlyFans creator.
Could be, yeah. Could be just
guys taking pictures of his beehole.
Yeah.
Followed by K.
And we're just gonna take it.
Followed by K. Adams. That is true. But it could be somebody that like bought somebody's account or
kind
something.
of pissed off she doesn't follow me.
Jeff Risdon follows him too.
Dog.
Scott Bischoff, Tim Twentyman, Adam Schefter, Mark Schlereth.
That might be real.
Matt Berry.
He might be one G checking. Yeah, he might be one G checking. Justin. He's got K following him.
But no, we'll see. Again, it could
What if
just
you're
be like
playing, you know who the fuck I am,
It
motherfucker?
could be an account that was bought or hacked or something and just made to look like something else because that happens all the time.
I don't know.
I'm on 104.3 The Fan in Denver. They're pissed. I don't know how credible that is, Jay Wood, but love that you're doing the reporting.
Shout out to him. You know what? I'm just about to just try to get this guy's number. And just, instead of paying for the OnlyFans, see if he just give me his picture straight. No, maybe
you always
we get him
gotta
on the
try
show.
Always got to try to slide in.
He
first.
hits you with the paywall. Oh no!
Nobody likes being first, but being
Are our phone lines
Gotta
working?
be right.
being correct is more important.
This laptop's not working.
Okay, I said the phone lines are working. We can just call into the radio station.
That would be fun. You should do it right now.
Yeah, should I?
Yeah.
All right, I'll find that number. You gotta BS a little bit.
Yeah. So my dream last night.
How's your day,
Honestly,
Spencer?
it was a pretty cool dream. I had a good time. But so this 53-man roster, Nick. What is your biggest
Faster
concern?
than Nick.
What is your biggest concern? Well, I mean,
Biggest concern? It's not really a concern. I think this is already a Super Bowl roster, to be quite honest here. But I think cutting Zylstra and James Mitchell is super interesting. I thought both of them had an opportunity to make this team, and both of them got cut.
I saw somebody, Jake Stebner, on Twitter, or Jack Stebner, I'm sorry, said he was surprised that they kept 4 running backs and cut 2 possible depth pass rushers.
I kind of was
Uku
too.
and Betts, and I would agree with that. I'm pretty surprised they kept 4 running backs. I don't think that was necessary personally. I think you could have moved on from Craig Reynolds.
I think they love him.
They do love him. Excuse me. They do love him for sure. And he's calling in right now.
Oh my god.
They do love him for sure, but I think you could have moved on from him and kept Uku. Man.
You could tell from Hard Knocks, though, this team just loves Craig Reynolds. I mean, and that superstar block last year. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe it's hard. He's a team guy.
He's a Dan Campbell guy. He's a team guy.
Gritty.
Netflix, grit, all that stuff.
This
guy got them.
Sorry,
All
I'm
right,
trying to call
you're
into
good.
the
You're
station.
back on. You're live.
Remember when we prank called Maz?
Yeah, that was awesome. Smash that like button, be in front of.
Like, who is this? Oh.
This is great radio, calling another radio.
Yeah, hey, man.
I love
We're not
it.
on radio.
That's kind of cool, honestly.
Yeah, it's radioception.
Should we go to
Sportception.
break? Or what if we get the news while?
Yeah, we can go to break. We're
All
1
right.
minute out anyways. Tell us about Swiss.
All right, let me tell you guys about Swiss Insurance right now. Tim Patrick, a little bit more than insurance, but if you want the best insurance, call my guy Mark. Simple number 313-530-1698, or email him your final 53 that you would have did. Mark at SwissIS.com.
MPWMU said, tell him John Elway sucked.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men for an award-winning haircut experience from one of our talented stylists. Enjoy a precision haircut, hot lather neck shave, scalp and neck massage, and a hot towel treatment to top it off. Enter for your chance to win the $50,000 Perfect Bracket Challenge. With more than 25 Metro Detroit locations, there's always a Lady Jane's near you. Lady Jane's Haircut for Men, open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Lady Jane's, it's wicked awesome.
Woodward Avenue, the first paved road in America. Woodward Sports, the first sports network born in Detroit and made for Detroit. The countdown to Kickoff is here. Your Detroit Lions are ready for another season of grit. Woodward Sports is your #1 destination for all breaking news and Lions coverage. We are Detroit's #1 sports network. We are Woodward Sports.
Join the best youth football league in Metro Detroit. The Boys and Girls Club of Southeastern Michigan's 3C Sports League offers youth ages 5 to 14 with 6 exciting teams to choose from in Detroit, Belleville, Highland Park, and East Point. All coaches are trained, certified, and undergo background checks. You can register for football or cheer at bgcsm.org. Equipment, meals, and transportation are included, all with the chance to play the championship at Ford Field for just $175 per child. Put the youth back in youth sports with BGCSM 3C Sports.
What up, though? Welcome back to Whatever Waits Live, WoodWardSports.com. We called, and ended up hitting us with a doot, and hanging up.
Yeah.
However,
Damn, they can't even afford phone lines?
I don't quit. I ain't no pussy. If I learn anything from Dan Campbell, it's I'm going to keep trying. And one day, me and Beth gonna make love.
You got to go for it on 4th.
I mean, this guy's gonna answer a phone. What?
I said you got to go for it on 4th. That's Dan Campbell right there.
I'm going for it on 4th down right now. Moving on.
Real quick, Eazy.
Yes, sir.
If this is true, do you think this like says a lot, kind of just about the, kind of like low key like continuity?
How good we are on the mic? Yes,
how
it does.
nothing gets out of Detroit compared to Denver here. If no Detroit guys are reporting it.
Honestly, that's like kind of underrated.
It's kind of like a Stevie Y type-esque thing. You don't hear about shit.
It's gas, bro. It's crazy because everyone's in unison. Everyone's operating in uniform. We've had departures from the organization in the front office now too, and they still be operating that way without little shit slipping here or there. I mean, don't forget too. It's not just like the people within the building, but you also have the agents involved in these situations too. The DJ readers. Anytime there's ever been Detroit Lions news like leaked, it's come from either an agent or an outside source like involved with it, like the DJ Reader stuff that we had, or the talks. They made the call for Carlton Davis and Mike Evans. That all came from Tampa, and you guys know we're kind of connected with those guys over there too. Detroit Lions, yeah, they move in unison. Like that kind of stuff doesn't sneak out at all.
Which isn't it crazy too? How like in press conferences you feel like at the same time they're telling you everything.
They're telling you bro. That's the craziest thing. They're like, yo, I'm about to punch you in the face right now.
Yeah.
So fucking hard, and then the season starts. Bam! We're just nice like that. I love this.
This is
team,
unexpected. Bro. How did this happen?
I really do. And then Caleb, shout out to you. You're the one that brought it up yesterday about just go out in there and grabbing Tim Patrick, and like if this is real, like. They got exactly what we were looking for, exactly what we discussed on this show. The 6'4" guy you can put on the outside, fake on a play action. I mean, don't forget too, Sean Payton. That's where Dan Campbell got his bread buttered. Pause. That's where he learned though. That's his lineage. Sean Payton and man, there's a great head coach who coaches him. Well, Bill Parcells. That's all from there. So
yep.
I'm damn sure that. Tim Patrick's well versed in a play action game or selling a play action, whatever else.
Obviously, he hasn't played football since 2021, but in 2021 he had 5 touchdowns. Mm-hmm. In 2020 he had 6 touchdowns,
750 or 40 some yards this year.
About 740 yards both years. So again,
he had 100 yards and a touchdown in preseason too.
I'm not going to confirm anything until I see it from a trusted source.
All right.
So, let's see.
But again, too, this is something where if it doesn't work, okay, you have the season or the trade deadline, or you have other options. This isn't something you have to full force commit to. This is a flyer. You have the cap space, you have the roster space. You give this a try, and if it doesn't work out, if he's not the guy from 2021 or 2020, then no harm done. You assess that at the trade deadline or mid-season. It's a win-win for the Lions.
I'm getting my guy Ant from Lions Roar UK just said Risden confirmed it as well. Tim Patrick may or may not be a Detroit Lion. That's good fucking news, baby. It really is. This has got 5 touchdowns, 6 touchdowns. That's what he just said. Think back to what those teams were. His quarterbacks in those situations, I believe, was Teddy Bridgewater, and it was Drew Lock the following year. It wasn't like he had star-studded guys getting him the ball in those situations. Also, don't forget, Jerry Jeudy was there at the time, as well as a few other guys, too, that were supposed to have, like, some promise, and he outshined them. Like, Tim Patrick wasn't supposed to be the one getting his second most in targets that year. That wasn't supposed to happen. But he's just a dog like that. That
Jeff,
6'4" frame will serve us well in the end zone.
Jeff Risden's article cited that tweet.
What did he say in the article, though?
He said...
according to this tweet?
Yes.
Any disappointment?
Leak sources tell me... Oh, yeah, it's just a tweet.
Leak sources
a report out of Denver indicates that Lions are 8 signing veteran wide receiver Tim Patrick, 30-year-old Patrick. Yeah, it's citing that tweet.
Jesus. This is the only tweet.
It's the only
This guy's
report.
got the plug.
Allegedly, or is just getting clout right now for making some shit up, losing credibility.
That's true. Guys, I am on the clock for, unfortunately, the #1 overall pick in my big money league.
You got to go CMC, no?
Nah, I want to go Tyreek.
Ooh. I would go Tyreek as well.
I would go CMC for sure.
Tyreek's going to be offensive.
I'm a running back guy.
CMC is going to get injured. Tyreek's
I'm a running back guy.
Tyreek's going to be offensive player of the year.
I eat chicken bakes.
I eat chicken bakes. Double chunk chocolate cookie.
All right.
The boom. Dude,
Can we get that drop, please?
Boom.
Your dad used to be a wrestler.
Bad, boys.
We should definitely get that drop.
A double chunk chocolate cookie. I'm sorry. I'm looking for.
This is the only guy
Dave
that
Jembra
confirms
says
it,
Booner
right?
tweeted it, so it's real. Every tweet and every secondary source tweeting it has been citing that same tweet of this guy. So, like I said, until I see a Detroit Lions beat reporter or writer confirming it with their sources, I'm not going to 100% believe it.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait. But are we sad that this isn't Noah Brown?
No, I'm not sad. I think no. I mean,
if we were power ranking your guys that you wanted, outside Martavis Bryant be #1.
Yeah, I mean, Martavis Bryant aside, Noah Brown was #1 for sure. But
Yeah,
I mean,
me
Tim
too.
Patrick would be #2. It was between him and Hodgins.
Nick?
To be honest, I'm not worried about this wide receiver spot at all, to be quite frank. But, yeah, I don't think these guys are going to be getting many snaps that are going to be playing right here. But I think from what I've heard about these guys, I would rather have Noah Brown.
Yep.
To be honest, I think I would personally.
Me too.
Mike Hart said
like
Denver radio were talking about it. Yeah, it's that guy. So, again, if I'd like to see it from another source other than him.
Yep, that's where I'm at with it. Noah Brown was your #1 too?
I mean, from what he's done
He's done more recently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And two, he sounds like he's fitting the DJ Chark role. And DJ Chark was good for the Lions a couple years ago. You know,
Eazy loves DJ Chark.
I like DJ Chark. I like
I do
Josh
too.
Reynolds. I mean, I like Ben Johnson. He made all those guys work. So maybe I shouldn't stress it
Maybe you
as
should
much.
ask him
But
out.
obviously Noah Brown did it as recently as last year. I will say this though, and I don't know. Like, some people may not get this, and maybe we'll get to it with the next segment too. And I don't want to get too much into that one because you know how you motherfuckers are when it comes to JG. But Kenny Galladay, he works with Matthew Stafford.
Yes, he did.
Because Matthew Stafford's a guy that could put it on you in a 50-50 situation, and you capitalize on it. JG, very good quarterback. He's not that style quarterback. I feel like Noah Brown, in some sense, is that type of guy.
50-50 ball kind of good.
And you know, C.J. Stroud could deliver those type of balls too.
Tim Patrick's going to be if they get Tim Patrick.
Hold on. Adam Schefter just confirmed.
Hey.
Okay. Yep.
Shit, I should have tagged Schefter. You check this motherfucker.
Yeah.
A new home for former Broncos wide receiver Tim Patrick is expected to sign with the Detroit Lions. Practice squad. With the idea that he'll work his way onto the active roster. So, I mean, no, that's actually good news because he's part of the 69. I mean, you still got those 2 extra spots on that 53 to work with that maybe you want to go test out Noah Brown.
Bring them both.
Maybe get them both. That's actually a hell of a news for Brad to sign with the practice squad rather than the actual team because you can move him up at any time. Yeah, he obviously made a commitment to you as well. Tim Patrick, well, you just said it earlier, 2 back-to-back years, 700-plus yards, 5-plus touchdowns, 6'4" frame. That's what we're missing. Let's get him back acclimated from these injuries and into the offense. I'm with the shits.
I think that makes a lot of sense too, because I mean this Lions regime is very much a you earn your keep, you earn your spot here, and I think coming off of his history, I think getting him to the practice squad is perfect, not only from the sense of just logistically, but also I think culturally it fits what this team is about.
With 2 spots still open, do you think something big could actually be brewing here? Do you think this is bigger than just these last roster cuts? That they could go out and get a big dog to help out this defense, or obviously that last wide receiver spot?
Say it one more time, I apologize. I just saw an accurate report in the comments. Someone just said, I didn't love the re-signing of Emmanuel Mosley.
Yeah.
What? I was the only motherfucker in the world who did it. But it was this guy didn't like
that was a
and
crazy gaslight.
And when it was...
and he got hurt again.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah.
What?
And when I figured out it was only like $1 million deal, I was fine with it.
But
But
you're still yelling at me.
that is reports from Adam Schefter. Former Broncos wide receiver Tim Patrick is expected to sign with the Detroit Lions practice squad with the idea that he will work his way to the active roster. And we just talked about it. He obviously had the 2 season-ending injuries back-to-back, which is right up Brad Holmes' alley. But before that, in 2021, he had 53 catches for 734 yards and 5 touchdowns. And in 2020, he had 51 catches for 742 yards and 6 touchdowns. So this is a guy who's done it on the stage before. He's done it in the NFL before. And, yeah, it's a good signing. That's a good signing for the Lions. Hopefully he's healthy. Hopefully he's ready to go.
It's a great signing. The fact that he's in the practice squad before actually manning a 53 spot.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a complicated offense. And I said there's a little leg up there because he's coming from, Sean McVay. However, our offensive coordinator is Ben Johnson, who isn't part of Sean McVay. Yeah, you could say he's technically going to be part of Dan Campbell's lineage, but he was here before Dan Campbell was. They worked briefly together in, I believe it was Miami when he was an assistant. Regardless, though, this is a W. The fact that he's willing to take that practice squad spot to get acclimated before taking the 53. You could take your flyer on Noah Brown, whoever else it may be. The Detroit Lions are in good shape. I mean, listen, our biggest worry has been depth. That's how good this roster is. We had a national guy on 30 minutes ago, covers football for The Athletic, who is as you guys would put it, Jared Goff hater. I call him truthers, but he's talking about a Super Bowl for this team.
And he said Tim Patrick would be the best fit on the
He
Lions
said Tim
roster.
Patrick would be the best fit for the Lions roster as well in terms of another wide receiver.
You like that?
W's all around.
W's all around for sure. W's in the chat. Tell us about Mark White.
I'll tell you about Mark White. Tim Patrick, if you're listening right now, man, call my guy Mark White because he can save you up to $5,000
$5,000
of your new home. Check out the Birmingham area. You won't need security. Give him a call, 248-290-8242. Visit him at markwhitesales.com. That's 248-290-8242. Or again, visit him at markwhitesales.com.
And let me tell you about the morning show. Just kidding. Let me tell you about the live watch party and the post-game show all season long. It's going to be live at Hayes Social, presented by Sabbath Coffee and Tullamore Dew. It is the heavyweights on the watch party and Stick and Anson on the post-game show. So make sure you tap in because Woodward Sports is doing it better than any other network when it comes to Lion coverage this year.
Is that an octopus in your pants, or are you just happy to see me? See what I did there? Go Red Wings! From Octopi Experts, Woodward Sports.
So just to get the heated steering wheel, I also had the spring for the bigger rims.
Yeah, that's how they get you. Those upgrades will cost you an arm and a leg every time.
Hey, new car crew, how'd it go this weekend? I got a great deal on mine.
How?
I went to Randy Wise, not those other guys. They got me in a great new ride, and they didn't break my budget. Hey, could you pass me the sugar?
How?
Never mind.
He made the wise choice.
Yep.
Make the wise choice at randywisechevy.com.
Can't get enough Lions coverage? Make sure you catch all Woodward Sports shows every game day. Wake up with Woodward and Maine, giving you the latest insight into the Lions locker room and press conferences. Then join the Lions pregame show, highlighting key matchups, injuries, and what to watch for during the game. Follow all the ups and downs of the live game action with our Woodward Watch Party live on YouTube and woodwardsports.com. After the game, check out the instant fan and host reactions with the Lions postgame show. Every game, it's wall wall-to-wall, kneecap-biting, high-fiving, chest-pumping Lions coverage.
Hell yeah!
Only at Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
Woodward Sports, let's go.
What happens when you run a great business for over 50 years? You expand and offer more products to more people. That's exactly what Les Stanford did by adding Les Stanford Buick GMC, the same great service the customers have come to know and trust. I'm over at Avenue just south of 9 Mile. Check out Les Stanford in Dearborn today and find the brand you want at LesStanford.com. Les Stanford together. Tim Patrick.
Tim Patrick signed to the Detroit Lions practice squad to get acclimated to the offense before moving in. If you guys haven't heard or don't know, he hasn't played football or a regular football season since 2021.
2021 was the last time he played an NFL game.
However, 700-plus yards, 5-plus touchdowns, and again, that was with the likes of Drew Lock and I think it's Teddy Bridgewater. No disrespect.
Teddy Two Gloves.
Teddy Two Gloves. No disrespect to those two guys as quarterbacks, but like they aren't Jared Goff.
And we know Brad Holmes loves to take flyers on guys that have been injured. Does this concern you at all? Tim Patrick signing to the practice squad. Do you guys think he can actually help this team in some big spots this season?
Yes. I truly feel like as wide receiver 2, J-Mo is going to be the guy to fulfill that spot.
Yes.
But when it comes to, like I said, like just coming off those play action, selling play action, coming off like that type of route, like you're selling the block there, I think Tim Patrick has more experience in that than Jameson Williams.
Red zone threat.
Yeah, even the red zone threat too. Because Jameson Williams has been more used, and I hate to say it, and this is a little bit on Ben Johnson here too, but like a gadgety, if you will. Like just throwing in there just to run him deep. Remember last year, everybody bitching that they wanted him to have a larger route tree than what he was given, a larger role than what he was given. J-Mo hasn't really been, outside of obviously this year because he had to step in. He's kind of force-fed that wide receiver 2 spot. But outside of that, he hasn't really had too many reps in the play-action part of what this Detroit Lions offense does, and we all know that run is what sets up a lot of the stuff we got going on. 100%. Is that what you did to him?
No, it's nothing. But... Yeah, I love it. I mean, I think it's a great signing. This is a big body guy. He's going to be a jump ball merchant for sure in this offense, a red zone weapon, a guy who can do a lot of different stuff. Like I said, he's got a couple of very good years under his belt in an offense that was struggling. Those Denver teams were struggling offenses, and Tim Patrick was kind of the guy that stood out in a lot of those teams. When you expected it to be, Jerry Jeudy or somebody like that, it was really Tim Patrick that was kind of leading those teams until he got hurt. So I love that. I think this is a good signing for them. I wouldn't be surprised if he didn't spend too much time with the practice squad, just to probably get the route tree and the calls and different stuff like that. And hopefully we can see him week 1. That would be pretty cool.
I love this signing.
Yeah, it would be sweet.
I love this signing, but it reminds me too much of Emmanuel Mosley. There's a saying down in Texas where I'm from, or Tennessee as well. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, you can't get fooled again.
And fool me can't get fooled again.
That is true.
Yeah, I feel like I'm just going to be straight up. I'm not going to overreact to the signing. I don't think he's going to really play too big of a role on this Detroit Lions team. I just don't. I think they trust their guys that they have that have been in this system. St. Brown, Khalif Raymond, obviously Jameson Williams now. I don't know if this guy's really going to come in unless it is a guy that goes down with an injury, sadly. If he needs to step up in a spot, 6'4", obviously big body, but
they have an
coming off the injury.
Spot. And they only have 4 receivers on the roster.
But they signed him to the practice squad, so it's like...
Yeah, but that's just to get his feet set, I feel like.
What? You don't think he's going to make it out the practice squad?
No, I just don't think he's going to have too big of a role on this team. Like, I don't think you're really taking on a guy as the last guy on your roster to really. Yeah, this is such a good roster. That's kind of what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm not going to overreact to what
this
guy is going to do.
He'll have a role.
We've been talking about this for weeks that we needed a guy in that spot.
No, that's what I'm saying. He'll have a role. I don't think it's going to be right away. I don't think it'll be week 1. May not even be week 2, but he'll have a role down the line.
I think he's going to catch a touchdown on Jerry Jacobs in week 1. No.
I mean, I think about.
I would be very surprised. I'd be very surprised.
I feel like once he gets acclimated, he'll have as much of a role as Isaiah Williams, maybe if not more.
I think he'll have more of a role than Isaiah Williams.
Yeah, because he's kind of redundant to what you got going.
Yeah.
But I mean, who knows? Maybe Isaiah gets a few things. I can see Ben getting freaky and putting Isaiah in the backfield.
I could too.
I mean, he's done it with Khalif.
And Isaiah Williams, former quarterback. I could see him on a little jet option throw. I think that's something. Yeah, maybe the Philly special. Get Jared Goff out there in the open field. Get those gazelle strides going.
Yep.
Hit him behind the defense. Isaiah Williams puts one on his hands and he drops it. No, I'm just kidding. But honestly, I would not be surprised if we saw Isaiah Williams throw a pass this year.
And shout out to Bob's big boy, too. We mentioned that he had the 100 yards and touchdown in the preseason. However, he has some more context to it. The touchdown score came from Bo Nix, which, he's playing earlier on with the first or second team.
He's the starter.
He's fishing in the starter, too.
Yeah.
So, like, if he's getting routes with him, that means he was very competitive there, at least
Jerry Jacobs
in the
got cut?
conversation.
Oh, rip.
Yeah, I think it was
Rip.
an injury settlement I saw for Jerry Jacobs.
Check it out.
But, I mean, injury settlement, he got a bag. And honestly, he might end up on their practice squad, too. That's how he ended up with the Detroit Lions, UDFA. He was supposed to be the practice squad guy, too, but we were just so damn bad.
Yeah, that's true. Rams lost a lot on defense for sure.
They had the linebacker, too.
Yeah.
No, Detroit Lions are in good shape. I do think Tim
We could
Patrick
put
will have a
50
bigger
up on
role
them.
than.
I saw somebody say that on Twitter, and I
would
agree with it. We could put 50 up on the Rams week 1.
That's
40?
That's crazy.
42?
Yeah, 50's crazy.
45?
I don't know if it's that crazy.
A 50 burger?
It's
Did
crazy.
you watch it? You look at that roster.
50,
Jared Goff could go for 400 yards and
What
40
do you
touchdowns.
mean? Nothing's different from the roster they brought to here the Ford
No
Field
Aaron
last year.
Donald.
No Aaron Donald. But they got
That's a
Jared
pretty big
Verse.
difference. Like,
That's a big difference. They got Jared Verse and Braden Fisk.
Yeah, but both rookies might take him some time. I mean, shout out ETN in the chat. Not
Yeah.
really. He was kind of going all over the place today with the Rams. They're minus 114 to miss the playoffs
the Rams secondary is
because of that defense.
Darius Williams, Cameron Curl, John Johnson, Tre'Davious White. I didn't know they got Tre'Davious White.
Yeah.
And Quentin Lake.
Tre'Davious White, not the same guy, but he's still good. Quentin Lake was out from last year. I'm not disrespecting the Rams.
I'm disrespecting
like
their
that.
defense.
Yes, same
Not
here.
50 points, though. What are we doing, guys?
40 minimum.
I'm saying
they were just here in January. What are we doing, guys?
They got old.
Just saying.
They got old.
They lost the best defensive player in the history of football. And their
Pizza
starting
bets?
linebacker.
Are we doing pizza bets?
Walking bets?
Well, she's coming on next week. Shout out to
next week.
Walking bets, shout out.
Walking
was
bets
this week.
coming on next week.
Next week.
She, I'll tell you.
Had to get her laptop fixed.
Yeah, something like that. You feel me?
Shout out
Sent
to
that thing to a broken computer.
Shout out to Warren Sapp.
Shit's still rendering.
She's definitely not coming on. No,
Had a Dropbox that thing. It's just too big, boy. You know what I'm saying? File that big one and send, boy. You
so
got a
she had no
Dropbox.
gigabytes out of data for the gigabyte. You feel me?
Varys in the chat says both starting tackles are out. Yeah.
Yep. That's their offense.
It could be a clapping. I'm just saying.
We're talking about their defense, right?
Don't be surprised if it's a good old fashioned.
No, it's definitely
It could be a clapping. R.I.P. Will Clapping.
Yeah.
Like James, if DJ, I don't know if DJ's playing, but if DJ plays, because remember no Kyle Pico, and they have no offensive tackle. We have DJ Reader,
Aiden Hutchinson's going to have
James
3 sacks.
Houston.
Aiden Hutchinson's going to have 3
Bro.
sacks week 1.
Matthew Stafford.
I want it.
He might be done for the year after week 1.
Yes, I hate to say it, bro.
I love Stafford. I'm a big Stafford
I hope
guy.
this will end up like the time we were going at
DK Metcalf.
DK Metcalf. Yeah,
He came out and
He
put
circled
all
back on
140 on
us.
us.
Yeah, but like this is a way different situation. I mean, they're missing their 2 starting tackles. Yeah, you could talk about the
Hey,
Aaron
DK,
Donald
I
stuff.
drafted you in fantasy this year, bud.
Jonah Jackson coming into the game
Cup.
banged up in itself. Yeah, we're good, bro.
Yeah, we're going to dominate the Rams.
This one says
Sorry, ETN.
Houston
Easy
will
so yeah,
feed.
love ETN, but you already know.
Houston will feed from Xavier. And just stick it to every single one of you fuckers that were talking shit.
He is going to eat, and if DJ Reader, when DJ Reader comes back, we played you the double team clips yesterday. Houston's gonna eat.
Or Davenport.
Davenport stays
Yeah,
healthy.
Davenport's
Davenport's
healthy.
gonna eat.
Whoever
Aleem is
is
gonna eat.
on the other side of that defensive line is going to be seeing one-on-one matchups all year. All year. Because you have Aiden Hutchinson, soon to be DJ Reader, and Aleem McNeil.
Yes.
You got to double team at least 2 of those guys.
Remember,
there's not enough bodies.
Remember last year you asked me if they were contenders, and I said no because the defensive line.
Yeah.
What we got coming in this
The
year?
defensive line is looking fucking scary.
Like guys,
Yeah.
like if anything, half the reason a lot of you guys hate me because I won't fucking spoon feed you rainbows and bullshit. I'm telling you, the fucking Super Bowl's coming.
Yeah. What's your team looking like?
So I wanted to admit this after the show. It's actually next Tuesday. So I got my Tuesdays mixed up.
Bet
I
that
was
if
too
it's still
giddy.
raining, you can drive into my car.
Yeah, also about that.
The way my bank account
I actually teleport now these days.
Dude,
forgot to tell you about my power.
That would 100%. If I could pick any power in the world, it would be teleporting.
That's true.
Think about how much extra time you have in life.
Time you would have. Like, I would be able to be sitting at my house until 4:59 and then just be like, boop, and be here.
It's basically like flying because you could just go.
No, because it's instant.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you could go anywhere you
Flying
want to.
would be cool, too. Just, that would be more fun. But
yeah.
teleporting would be much more, like, you'd be able to sleep so much more. Yeah. All right. Shout out to the old girl that gave me that box of zigzag wraps. But let's go to break, Chris.
If you could teleport though,
Tell us about
because my mind immediately went to doing bad shit. You couldn't even keep you in jail.
Yeah, I'm going. See ya. What the fuck are you guys gonna do? I'd be in court like, 25 years?
Yeah.
I'm fucking out. I'm in Abu Dhabi, baby.
Okay, I'd be in jail like, oh no, guys, how am I gonna get out? And just disappear,
bro. And I'll be making bread because I go back to jail and be like, all right, you guys want some weed? What are you addicted to? You know what I'm saying?
Of all the things, of all the ways you can make money teleporting.
Yeah, how much money
jail.
would you
Yeah,
make
you're
in
right.
jail?
I would just tell people, yeah, you're right. Have your people on the outside pay me.
I'll come find you. And then come right back.
Oh, you gonna shank me?
I'll find you.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll go have fun in jail.
Teleport's definitely the move.
You love jail.
Yeah.
You love jail, Spencer.
Yeah, I'll do whatever I want because I can leave at any time. 3 hots and a cop, man. All right, tell us about merch.
Are you tired of the same old Detroit sports? Detroit sports?
Wait, what?
Head on over to woodwardsports.com, click the shop tab day, get yourself some brand new merch. We got hoodies, tees, hats, all that guaranteed to turn heads. Head on over to woodwardsports.com, click that shop tab day, get yourself some brand new merch.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids, all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men for an award-winning haircut experience from one of our talented stylists. Enjoy a precision haircut, hot lather neck shave, scalp and neck massage, and a hot towel treatment to top it off. Enter for your chance to win the $50,000 Perfect Bracket Challenge. With more than 25 Metro Detroit locations, there's always a Lady Jane's near you. Lady Jane's Haircut for Men, open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Lady Jane's, it's wicked awesome.
You have an opinion? Make sure it's seen and heard. Corner, jumper. Tweet us, hop on the YouTube chat, slide in the DMS at Woodward Sports on all social media.
Attention sports fans, don't miss out on expert sports injury insight with Dr. Jeff Pierce of Michigan Sports and Spine. Join Dr. Pierce every Tuesday during Big D Energy and Thursdays during Ermanni and Edwards, where he offers top-notch injury advice. Trust the guy that DMAC trusts. Dr. Jeff Pierce is here to keep you in the game and performing at your best. For more information, visit Michigan Sports and Spine or call 248-426-9944. Yeah, but Dan Skipper made the 53-man roster.
He did?
So he tweeted, 8th time's the charm, because he's been cut from everyone except for this one.
Oh.
Shout out to Skip, man. Skip is one of the nicest dudes you'll meet.
Skip.
Very cool. He spent time, came over to talk to me and
He's
Eazy.
fucking huge.
Gigantic human being.
That guy.
Like, scarily big.
Yeah,
like, if I saw
insane.
Dan Skipper in an alleyway, I would run for my life.
Like
he is insanely big.
You always see those white knight moments of like something happening at a bar, like outside the bar or whatever. Like if Dan Skipper was the one causing damage,
I'm looking the other way.
I'm filming it.
Yeah.
Look at the fucking ape.
He is,
He's
yeah, but if you guys are just tuning in or you're just getting here, Tim Patrick signed to the Detroit Lions practice squad. You'd love to see that. I'm sure it'll only be a couple weeks, maybe, that he's on the practice squad just to get his feet wet, to learn the routes and the playbook and things like that. That's a good signing. He's a red zone weapon. He's a big body guy that the Lions don't really have on this roster. So
big body biz. Remember, I used to be dusty. Shout out to Brian Copeland on Twitter. Tagged me on Tim Patrick's RAS score. 9.52.
What was his 40 time?
His 40 time was 4.4.
Cash.
2 in a row?
Cash.
2 in a row.
4.4.
Let's go.
You missed yesterday.
No,
You
his
thought you
vertical
made
was
it.
37.
Thought you made it, but you didn't.
Broad jump was 10 feet.
You did not make it.
Short shuttle was 4.3,
Well-
which isn't great. His 3-cone was 6.9. And, 10-yard split was 1.56.
Yeah, he's an athlete, man. Hopefully those injuries didn't take too much of a toll on him because, like we said,
Yeah, the Achilles one, I feel like, would be the one. It's like,
Tim Patrick is...
Don't do what Mosley
How old is he?
30.
30 years old?
Yeah.
Yeah, 6'4", 215.
It's not too old.
Come on, guys. They got their own life out of them.
That's not so bad, huh?
But
30's not that old.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
big Unk over here. But
Unky
no.
Easy.
Unky Easy. I like the signing. I do. I like the signing. And
Grade it.
B+.
Hater.
What do you grade it?
A+. Anything else, you're a hater. I'm playing.
I would say I like Noah Brown more. I like Noah Brown more, but I'm good with Tim Patrick.
Yeah.
That's a good signing for sure.
You know what? I'm going to go because I've been doing it like the splits, like where they're lining up at.
What do you think it was? You think it was the injury that landed Tim Patrick here?
I definitely think it was the injury. That definitely
played a part.
Brad gets a little. He gets a little flustered when he sees the injury. He gets a little hot under the collar when he sees that injury history. So,
What do you guys know about Brad Holmes, like past too, though, right? Like he was playing at HBCU. He's defensive tackle.
Yeah.
He's put in work.
Brad Holmes played defensive tackle.
Played defensive tackle. On his way home
heavyweight.
from Florida or either to Florida, he got in a really bad car accident. He was actually paralyzed like the first couple of days.
And he started selling cars.
Started selling dope, teleporting right out the jail.
No, because he worked at Enterprise, right?
Yeah, so he was paralyzed, worked through whatever, like got function of his body, told his coach I'm gonna come back and play, came back and played. But he had his own injury story. Yeah, I think that's why he's
got the soft spot.
Yeah, I really do.
Hey,
I got a picture of it actually.
It hasn't really came to bit us in the butt that much, except for Emmanuel Mosley. But
yeah, that one actually just fucking sucked for Emmanuel Mosley.
I feel bad for the guy.
Did it really not, come back to bite us when we didn't go out and get? Well, I guess we knew Mosley was hurt. Never mind, because we didn't go out and get a corner at the deadline last year.
Hold on 1 second. I got a fire ass picture.
Big body bands, remember I used to be Dusty? Fire picture of what?
That gigabyte, you feel me? No.
Jesus Christ.
Week 5 at Dallas. How many snaps Patrick get?
17.
38.
42.
Nice. That was fire.
42 snaps.
42?
Yeah.
Damn.
Wow.
Shout out Jackie.
I don't know what the hell's wrong with my computer.
Oh, Jackie Robinson.
Yeah.
I was like, who's Jackie?
Keep going. I gotta get
I'm
this
trying to
picture
see.
of Brad
That
Holmes.
might have been ridiculous. How many snaps does Amon Ra play a game?
How many snaps? How many snaps are you giving Patrick?
I'm trying to think.
Week 5 after the bye.
What's an average snap count for a wide receiver?
I don't know.
I bet he gets.
I thought 40 wasn't too crazy.
12.
12?
12?
17.
Ha! We're twins.
42. No, just kidding. I'll say 25.
You said 25?
25.
Or 2 for 50?
Because they're going to be eating all day, so there's going to be a lot of snaps in the
Yeah.
red zone.
All right, Chris. Grab that picture I just sent you.
Okay.
Yeah, hurry up. We only got 2 minutes.
Well,
we bring
what
the
we
boom.
do.
Dude, I hate those videos so
He's
much.
about to start recreating
Double
them.
chunk chocolate cookie.
I just hate the way he talks, and I hate the way he always awkwardly looks at the camera.
I hate the way that she talks.
chicken bake.
There he is.
That's Brad Holmes?
Brad Holmes.
No way.
On the right.
That's
Number 51, before the accident.
Who is that?
That's Brad Holmes.
There's no way.
On the left.
You're lying
it's
to me.
not.
I swear.
That's from a movie or something.
Zoom it in, Chris.
Oh, my.
Chris zooms in on the jock strap.
Yeah. Let me check which one. Brad Holmes, number 51. That accident. That is Brad Holmes.
Yeah, the zoom in worked, didn't it?
Dude was a monster in the run game.
Look at his arms, dude. Holy shit. He was yoked.
Yeah.
I think this is actually...
Brad Holmes is number 51. That accident really messed him up.
Yeah, I
dude.
guess there was a fire or something. He got burnt pretty good.
Wow, that looks like it's from a movie or something. But no,
It does.
That's
It
Brad
does
Holmes.
kind of look like it's from a movie. What's that one? Honestly, it's one of the best football movies too.
Gridiron Gang?
No, it's like a
great
country ass one.
The Longest Yard.
Varsity Blues?
Yeah, Varsity Blues.
yeah,
banger.
dude. Varsity Blues.
That looks like a Varsity Blues pick.
Varsity Blues is great. The whipped cream bikini.
Yeah.
Great scene.
Longest Yard is fire.
Longest Yard is
What is the best football movie?
Remember the Titans.
Yeah, Remember the Titans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Longest Yard's up there though. I love that movie.
Yeah, Longest Yard's
Shout
up
out
there.
Caretaker.
Because I was like
Caretaker
a
for sure.
Recipes Caretaker.
Yeah.
God, that
Dude,
guy's such
if I was
a
there,
rat.
when they
Could've saved him.
when Michael Irvin and the rest of the black guys come and play for the team and
Y'all don't really want it now.
boom, hey, here comes the boom when they're walking. Bruce is like, damn it, no, I'll never get to play.
Yeah.
Dude, that's a hype scene. And when Nelly first gets there,
Yeah, whatever back freckle.
yeah, whatever back freckle. Now she's just making shit up.
Yeah.
I was showing her some wrestling moves.
Yeah. Or when you say something, tell your wife you're sleeping with black guys or something.
Dear Lord Jesus Christ, my Savior, if you help me with this kick, I promise to stop cheating on my wife with black guys.
Yeah.
But that'll do it for us today. Appreciate y'all tapping in. Make sure you smash that like button. Tim Patrick is a Detroit Lion. For Eazy, for Nick, for Caleb, for Chris, I'm Spencer.
The double chocolate cookie.
We'll catch you guys tomorrow. I want a chicken bake. Peace.